Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Only a Carpathian would come back to life now and choose New York. Tasty pick. Bonehead.
We were every bit the force. We live, we breathe, we sweat, we paid the price to be the best. Never been about the boys in the office. The boys that have gone out there night in, night out, doing everything they could to be the very best at what they chose to do in their life. Those boys are here tonight.
Well, I must have been away too long because my feelings are dead. I feel no remorse.
I only am who I am because I was born that way. I have a gift, and I am trying to not be selfish about it, but to use it.
My job consists of basically masking my contempt for the assholes in charge. And at least once a day, retiring to the men's room so I can jerk off while I fantasize about a life that doesn't so closely resemble hell.
It's my house, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Grab a dog, I choke him, and I kick the shit out of him. And I all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Go back to bed, America. Your government has figured out how it all transpired. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control again. Here you go, America. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you.
Sometimes shit happens. Someone has to deal with it. And who are you going to call?
Oh, you guys like to tell jokes and giggle and kid around, huh? Giggling like a bunch of young boys in a school. Well, let me tell a joke.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Ron and Fez show, buddies. And look who's sitting in. It's the three guys that enjoy bee stings to the balls more than anybody else. Fez, Opie, and Anthony.
Now. It was all for professional sport.
I come in here today. Fez has a huge smile on his face in a pup tent.
He finally enjoyed the show. I think it was the first Opie and Anthony show he truly listened to and enjoyed. He's going to be listening to the replays.
And he really did collect the jars to make jelly later.
Yeah.
Just like he said he would.
He made jelly in his underpants.
I'm thinking back on it. I don't think you needed the bees or anything.
No, huh?
No, just bring the guys in here. You guys are on to something.
Oh.
He just called it a balls out party. He goes, you should have been here. It was a balls out party.
When are you getting here, Ronnie?
Well,
You've got to see this.
Yeah.
Balls out.
Ronnie was stuck in traffic today.
Yeah.
He just got here.
It was a great day for sport.
Yeah.
It was Super Bowl Thursday. And I'd never seen anything like it. Between the mouse traps to the balls, one guy, what was the record? Six mouse traps.
He did
at
get
one
7,
time on his testicles.
but then one fell, so
the
take him
officials
the record.
ruled it only 6.
Only 6.
Then we had the wax strips that they put on there and pulled their hair off. It sounded like Velcro. But the grand finale.
And Martin Luther King gets a holiday. Why not these guys?
Why not?
Whatever happened to Team Voyeurbus? Those days are gone.
we
fucking made a turn here I don't know about.
We do try to squeeze things like that in when we can.
Team Voyeurbus.
We thought the show was getting too sexy, so we wanted to bounce it out a little bit.
Look at Fez just touched himself and yelled out Team Voyeurbus.
Voyeurbus. Only he could think of that.
By the way, we cannot guarantee that there are not bees in the studio right now.
We think we're clear. No allergies?
I have gigantic allergies. My brother was killed from a bee sting. I have the same stuff, so I have to be very...
Great, guys. You've killed my partner. In radio and life.
What was the movie, Fez, where the little kid died from the bee sting?
Oh, My Girl, Macaulay Culkin.
What a depressing load of crap that was.
Yeah.
I was expecting a nice little movie, the kids in the woods learning about each other.
Then there's the Home Alone kids in a casket.
In a casket with a crying girl running from the place.
No one could look at that kid ever since. She's just a little kid in the casket. Never going to work for him.
Chomsky? What the hell? She had such an attractive name,
and Chomsky.
Chomsky.
Well, it landed on red, Anthony.
Yeah.
We just decided to take a little chance with our careers today.
Is that right?
We put it all on red.
That's unusual for you, Opie, to feel like things are going so well. I got a dream job. How close can I come to fucking it up?
Well, we're well protected these days, though.
We spun the wheel.
They had to make statements on video.
Right.
We had each contestant in front of a video camera. It would look like a deposition. Saying that they were doing this.
It looked like an Al-Qaeda video. Who are you kidding?
They have machine guns to their head.
Yeah, like the journalist. That video we just got heard from over there.
I am not allergic to bee stings.
In the meantime, they're crying and trying to wink out a code.
Yeah, they're blanking.
Carriage mom in his shirt. It's just sad.
It's so funny because it's not even a bit anymore. The listeners were just completely freaked out all morning.
Oh, yeah.
Going, what are you guys doing?
But, Opie, just so you know, this is going on for years. We've been freaked out. We don't get it. We don't understand it.
Anytime you walk up to the office and there's an ambulance waiting outside, you get up here and the first thing you see in the lobby is a stretcher.
Yeah, that kind of does get you like,
right.
What are they
nervous?
Caprice actually told me downstairs. He goes, don't worry, you got the ambulance upstairs. I go, an ambulance upstairs?
What happened?
What I try to do now is to go into your office and just erase ideas that Opie has brainstormed. I got rid of that how close can you come to a bullet idea. And I'm going, you know what?
You erased
Yes. We don't need it.
I was wondering where that
Maybe
went.
they'll just forget.
We don't need it.
I know. And you guys, it's nice. It's laid back. You guys, and we're always on the verge of losing our jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I really don't enjoy the pressure of it.
No.
I got to be honest.
Anthony bought a house.
I should be closing on a house next week.
I'm looking for something in New York City, so I think when I finally buy, then I think it'll be the end of this.
Oh, is that it? You greedy bastard.
Yeah.
That's the kiss of death.
Then it'll be the end because then we have too much to lose.
Yeah.
Too much to lose. Then
When you
we'll
live your
stop
life
doing it.
as a nomad, you can do this type of thing.
Anthony ends up living on the streets, just muttering balls, bees, balls, and bees.
Who knows? Dialogy.
Who knew?
And how freaked out were you when I broke the jar with the bees in it?
Very. Released the first bee out of nowhere before I had my bee suit on or anything. I'm in here the whole show with a bee suit. And then we had a lovely lady in here we're interviewing, Ari. And I noticed at one point I'm looking at her, and when you do an interview, you kind of do the reaction, yeah. And I'm in a bee suit. I'm looking at her through a screen, and I felt ridiculous. I had to apologize to her. Like, I'm sorry, I'm seriously looking at her. Yes, so the play, what this character that you play... I'm in a bee
she's
suit.
a dangerous animal.
Yeah. Right. Don't come near me.
And you're going to end up on one of those websites for, like, fucking weird things that you're into. Guys that fucking put on bee suits before they can get hard.
It's going to be some fetish site.
But the thing is, Opie, is there some kind of a death wish that goes on with you? I'm always curious about it.
I just get bored with life.
Yeah.
I like to roll
like
the
Kurt
dice.
Cobain.
I just get a little bored.
Yeah.
People told
The rest of us are fine, though.
Yeah.
We once had to sit down back in 1998, I guess, right, Ant?
Mm-hmm.
We were in a strip club in Atlanta with a radio consultant. Yeah. And he said that I'd like to blow up things.
He said he should seek professional help.
He actually told me I need to see a psychologist or
fear of success or a certain level of success that when he starts getting close to it and it seems attainable, that Opie feels compelled to destroy it.
No, it's just boredom.
Is that what it is? You just
it's just like bored. The bees. You want to shake it up a little bit.
And sting a few testicles.
And sting and we were getting lap dances at the time. The guy had picked the perfect time to have the old serious sit-down with us. Lap dances all around her face, and he's telling me that I have some problem.
Psychological
and I need to see a psychologist. I'm like, really? I have the problem.
Have you ever tried?
No, I don't want to know what they would say.
I think on the air would be a fucking nice thing. There's walking on the edge. Let's crack open Opie's skull.
I don't even want to know what
what's inside.
Would come up with.
The balls of your mind. Put them on the line.
Does that mean anything?
No, I just want to say
I'm a smart guy. I see it in their eyes.
Yeah.
They really want us to stop. They really want us to stop.
No,
at NEW and stuff, it was all fun and games.
Yeah.
What's this they want you to stop?
Oh, what?
How about I didn't come up with the bees on the balls idea?
I'm just waiting for the intervention. We're going to have like a pregnant woman in here and who knows what torture device, and all of a sudden everyone just comes into the studio
come
at the
down
same
to
time.
strippers party. It's going to be a great time. You walk in, your family's here. I'm here. Right, Elo. Opie, sit down.
Sit down. We have something to
talk to you.
All right.
The darkness in your head.
We just want to come on the show and say that it looks like everything's going to be all right.
Yeah. Hope so. Not quite.
I don't know why.
What's the next plan? You going to be cold for a while?
Nah, we'll live off this for a couple months.
Why not? You see, you got to have the thing Fez and I have is just a total lack of ambition. That's the fucking place to be.
Beaten down,
just not caring anymore.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a great place to be, though.
Yeah,
it works.
Who gives a fuck?
Can I give a plug?
Yeah, go ahead.
My brother's going to be really mad. I was supposed to plug the fact that I'm going to be at F.H. Riley's tonight before the Islander Ranger game.
Oh.
He finally opened up the kitchen. It's a bar restaurant thing.
Right.
We rocked the bar over the weekend.
He's a restaurant mogul now.
Is that right?
Now I'm a club owner.
Nice.
Now I got to bounce people and I got to watch cash registers and stuff. Well, you did this gig.
Mm-hmm.
It stinks, right?
Well, you know, you got to pay off the cops, you got to pay off the Italians. It starts to be after a while, where's my money?
But this was a few years ago, so any advice you'd give him, like, do a lot of coke.
Yeah.
That probably not a good thing to say now.
You're there with the cleaning people come in the morning.
Right.
Hey, just working all night.
Oh, yeah, I've been working all night.
It was my brother's dream.
Yeah.
So I wrote a check, and I'm happy that I'm at a point in my career I could just write a check and help him out. And I thought that would be the end of it.
Right.
No, I'm taking phone calls every day, talking to promoters. I'm at the place staring at the register, making sure my brother-in-law is not ripping us off. I'm like, what happened here?
What's the theme? What are we doing here?
What do you mean?
What's happening when the club? When you go there, it's just a bar?
It's not really a club. It's mostly a restaurant.
Yeah.
But we rebuilt the bar, and it's a good hang. It's an American place.
Irish themed. Yeah. You could get a nice Guinness on tap.
Everything from steak, chicken, fish.
It's not a front for anything at all?
It's a way.
The goods went in the front door. We took them right out the back door.
Right.
We didn't care.
So it's a good hang for the pests.
Nice.
And my
So
brother's
you
pumped.
actually wanted those people to show up?
Sure. If they
Wow.
if they have money.
Wow.
See, that's where I'm really crazy if you think
Yeah.
about it. Wanting to hang out with these people on a regular basis. But,
Just call it the Black T-shirt. That's the name of the club. Everybody comes in.
But I guess the kitchen is officially open for food. So
Well, there you go.
It starts today. F.H. Riley's, 400 New York Avenue in Huntington. I appreciate the plug.
I'll be on Pal Talk with two-dimensional friends.
No.
And listeners.
We're going to set up
They can't hurt me through the monitor.
We're going to set up a webcam. In the near future. So,
Normally, when
See
people
what's
come
going
in
on in
here,
the kitchen.
plug their restaurant and look out, they set up a nice buffet for us.
I'll bring in
There's
some food.
Hey,
He's literally firing up the grills like as I speak. So I'll bring in some food.
Yeah,
We'll
you
bring in some
guys
good
do.
stuff.
You guys made those connections quick. I hear you guys rattle out restaurant names. And poor Fez can't eat hamburgers.
Well, now- yeah,
and
now-
Ronnie's constantly teasing him.
Now we at a point where all the everything is like drugs around Fez.
Yeah.
Anything that's even slightly good.
I need a restaurant called Shredded Lettuce.
You torture him. I listen and just hear the torture that goes on. How you're avoiding telling him where you guys are going after the show, like because he can't go because you want to go across the street and have one of those great burgers, over there, and you
They
you
were
feel
so
bad.
good.
And
It's
he's
torture.
like, nothing on here for me. And I'm like, we'll be out in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
hang
be right
outside.
out. Don't worry.
Hang out.
Here, gnaw on some broccoli. We'll be right out.
It didn't start that way. At
No.
first, everyone was enthused and on board.
Hey, we'll all use this as an opportunity to make ourselves healthier.
Exactly.
That's what I thought for 5 minutes. And then I got a fucking hunger pang.
Of course.
But the thing is like people going, wow, he's really losing weight because
He looks
all
great.
food scares him now. You know what I mean? It's like any food, it's not even a matter of I wish I could have it. It's just like, oh, get it away from me.
Yeah.
So
It's about broccoli and lettuce and chicken without the skin.
Exactly. I miss my chicken skin.
Wasn't it so good?
It's the best part.
Crispy.
Oh, it begins.
What's the problem?
From Eric Logan,
Oh,
sent
let
Thursday,
me get a box
February
and I'll pack our
2nd,
stuff.
11:14 a.m. to Ben Sparks. Subject: Can you tell Opie to call me ASAP?
No, jeez. God bless.
Wah, 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 wah.
That.
Call the trailer.
All right, your mom's box.
I'm not going to say it.
All right, that's got to be good news. It's Elo going. I just want to congratulate you on a show well done.
And we were doing some cute, fun radio here, and now I'm a little nervous, so I'm going to
You
leave.
should be.
I was going to bring up the James Fry thing.
Let's make that call immediately.
Why Fez thinks I caused his heart attack. I had so much to ask you guys. And now I got to make a call, and there's my hand shaking.
It is.
It is.
You're nervous. Call your brother. Tell him don't thaw anything.
All right,
Hold on a minute.
What, you calling
Yeah, do
right
it
now?
here. Yeah, do it
At
here.
least let us know we're okay, before we leave.
All right, hold on a sec.
Yeah, because I'm not
Call
going to be able to
Eric.
get to sleep the rest of the show.
This is I can't live like this.
I don't know why you do.
I can't do this. It's great in the moment.
Right.
Well, like as it's happening, you're going, this is the type of radio that puts you over the edge. This gets you popular. The second it's over and you get an email or a phone call like that, you're thinking, what's wrong with spinning a few tunes and reading some liners?
Right.
This is like getting the bad telegram, like you talked about earlier.
Eric Logan, stop. Opie, call me immediately. Stop. You hear they ended that, by the way.
No more telegrams.
Western Union decided 150 some odd years was enough. That 1870s technology just wasn't cutting it anymore.
Does it include singing ones?
All right.
You're fired. You're fired.
Yeah.
The beep-it just went too far. Uh-oh, what's he saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't hear. I hear Opie going, yeah.
Yeah.
Problem?
Not on the balls. No, they weren't on the balls.
Yeah.
Elo's doing a lot of fast talk in there.
Yeah.
What time are you guys going to be here?
At least it's not a conference.
Yeah.
With Bob.
And
That
you
would
guys
be bad.
coming up-
Bob's flying in.
You guys are coming up now?
What
What's going
happened
on?
with the bees?
Repeat what he says. You're scaring me.
So I said, Opie.
So what train you guys on?
Uh-oh.
There.
The handshaking even worse now.
Right.
All
right.
I never thought of things like a mortgage.
Yeah.
Words like that.
No.
Mortgage.
No. That's
Closing costs.
right.
Things
All right,
like
I'll
that.
talk to you in a few hours.
That's
Thanks.
the real bizarre stuff.
What's going on?
Holy shit.
What?
What?
Oh, I just want to congratulate us.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh,
Did he
wow.
really?
I swear to
he
God.
enjoyed the show?
Dude, I'm a recent heart patient.
Yeah, I know. What are you doing?
He's just fucking with us.
You don't
That's
do
why
that.
we love Eric Logan. He supported this show since, I don't know, day 70.
So you still love him? When does that turn to?
Yeah, when does that turn?
When Opie's love-hate with the bosses.
Oh, you know why? Too much personal time with them.
Too much personal time.
I am all business with Elo.
Yeah.
And Elo knows it.
Right.
It's not calling me like, hey, I'm coming into town, you want to do breakfast or
Right.
lunch? I'm like, well, what will be discussed? Business? Because if it's just talking about family or anything like that, I'm out. Opie, on the other hand, hey, Elo's coming into town, or he'll go to Washington where they put us up in a hotel. Opie will stay at Elo's house.
Right.
Stay in the guest wing.
No, we went to a steak
At
place.
Elo Estates.
We went to a steak place.
See, I want to be at the point where the bosses can't even exactly pick you out of a lineup.
That's the
They're
same
like,
place.
I think that's him.
that's him, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah.
That's why we avoid promo pictures.
Homo pictures. Because that's why I don't want to do it. They use the same joke. Your homo pictures are in.
You ain't get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
I'm out of here.
All right,
Guys,
gentlemen,
thanks for having us on your
Yeah.
show.
Thanks
Yeah.
for letting us wrap that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for making another
Shaky
uncomfortable
day.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat
now-
that, Howard.
Yeah. Now you can take a month of just being funny.
We could call it coasting. Gents.
There they go.
Thank
All right,
Opie
Owen,
and Anthony.
they will be back on tomorrow on 202.
Yeah.
Used to just walking out.
Where's the song, Earl? Play the song. Play the Drew Boogie.
I'm still looking for it.
Come on,
it's in
bro.
there. It's not in our folder.
Come
That's
on.
what's in
It should be in our folder, bro.
I know. No, I know that now.
NEW, Earl, bad. XM, Earl, good. That's who I want back. Now, I told you to get that song 24 minutes ago. You can't find it. 24 minutes ago. All right, Ron and Fez show, 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. Tried to open the show today, Fezzy, with like a hidden message to Opie, plain think. Just throwing it out there. Before you do these bits, you got to think. Always a little nerve-wracking.
It's very nerve-wracking. I'm still nervous.
And you were in today, though? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, today I really, really enjoyed. I thought it was great radio today.
Way to play to the stereotype. You
Nice to
can't-
be part of it.
Can't even break it for a moment. I see your buddy East Side's hanging around. I don't get that. It's
Yeah.
like an everyday thing anymore.
He came in. He wanted to check out some bees.
By bees, do you mean bulls?
Bees and bulls.
I don't understand all the code words. I don't know which is going which way. Hey, we were playing at Aretha Franklin this morning, too, and I saw this in the paper. Aretha Franklin and all the Motown people very, very upset that the Stones get the halftime show instead of the local Detroit talent.
Yeah, first time ever a Super Bowl in Detroit, and Aretha and everyone else saying, why not highlight the music of Detroit? If you're coming here with this big of a showcase, why not have some of the Motown stars, some of the Detroit stars?
The what?
Motown stars. Stars.
He said Motones.
That would have been a good name.
In the Motown galaxy. Earl, where are you this? The Stones, here's what I got to say off the bat, Fezzy. Biggest band in the history of the world. Nobody bigger than the Rolling Stones. And the birthday boy, G-Vac, I believe would agree with me on that one.
You have a window to get the Stones. You got to get the Stones. If the window's there, the opportunity's there, you got to book the Stones.
So you're saying, even as a black man, Earl, living in this day and age, you pick the Rolling Stones over Motown. Motown had more hits than the Rolling Stones in the day.
Oh, absolutely. But at the same token, I mean, how many chances you're going to get to have the Rolling Stones play halftime? I mean, that's huge.
Earl, Fez, where would you be on this?
I would have done Motown throughout the whole thing.
The whole deal, huh?
Yeah, halftime, pregame. Aretha's going to do the national anthem with, I believe, Aaron Neville and Dr. John on piano.
Well, I don't really get that because neither one of those guys are from Detroit. So why she's pushing the whole Motown scene, I don't get it.
I think it's a nod to the Hurricane Katrina victims and to New Orleans just to show some support.
I get that, but her initial battle is let's take care of Detroit. And if we're talking about Detroit, you got a lot more people more recent than Motown. You could have had Eminem do the show, which would have probably been huge. You could have brought Kid Rock so the country could have seen Bob with the Bob for the millionth fucking time. And you still would have loved it anyway.
Maybe some Iggy Pop or some
You
Seeger.
got Iggy Pop, you got Bob Seger, you got Ted Nugent. I mean, no doubt about it, Detroit has got to be our biggest music city.
Oh,
and yeah, I'm looking directly at you, L.A. I'm looking directly at you. Even with people driving in to live in L.A., homegrown-wise, you got to say Detroit, by far, has got to be our biggest music city.
Yeah, I totally would have just Detroited up the whole thing. There's no reason not to. And I don't think getting the Stones to play halftime would have been so hard to get maybe next year or the year after.
No, I got to agree with Fez. Earl, they only tour about every 5-6 years, and that's the only time they're going to show up anywhere. You know what I'm saying? They are not going to come out unless they're on a tour. Mick doesn't do anything unless it's about money and promotion. But still, it is a smack in the face to Detroit. Now, when they go to Florida, does Jimmy Buffett have to come wheeling out every time?
I think they do bring out Gloria Estefan or something.
Yeah.
I think they do have her in her Miami sound machine.
Because I know when they did New Orleans, they would always have the local flavor tied in.
Harry Connick would show up.
Yeah. When, he's never going to get that gig any other time. But it is a slap in the face to Detroit. This thing doesn't really seem to have a lot of heat on it anyway, do you think?
No, and we're just 3 days away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like there is any heat on this thing.
Now, I did get something, I think Blowhard sent it to me, of Roethlisberger all drunked up somewhere pouring whiskey off some chick's tits, which made me finally a big Ben fan. Finally, I'm now into Big Ben in a big, big way.
That's what I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see their young quarterback getting liquored up and stuff and just partying leading up to the big game, especially when I got the other team, the Seahawks, in the Super Bowl.
Hey, Fez, I never hear from Elo after our show. I never get a call that says good show. I never even get a call from Wiki that says good show. The most I hear from is Master Poe.
Not to mention an email saying, hey, stay tuned for my call.
Yeah, that never comes down. That never comes down. Hey, Oliver. Oliver, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, buddies. Good morning to you.
Hey.
For the Super Bowl, since it's Detroit, they should have had RRC do the halftime show. Rats, roaches, and crime.
Oh, yeah, so okay. Earl, I'm wondering where the Motown is in the background. I'm wondering where XM Earl is that was grabbing music, that was becoming Fezzy, that person that was throwing the paint on behind us all the time.
Yeah, I already have an early morning problem with Earl.
What's that?
Just got put on the spot by Earl.
In what way?
Someone he's been trying to line us up with.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the back office for a while just getting my head together doing my Fez time, and this person was pushed on me, and, hey, when can we have a meeting? Put it right in my face, right on my shoulders, put me in the most awkward of positions this morning.
Who was the person?
The guy from the booking agency.
Fez, Earl, you come to me with that stuff, not Fez. Fez doesn't like to hear that stuff.
No, I just didn't want to be rude.
And what day would be good, Fez?
He just wanted to meet Fez, and I didn't want to be rude.
Well, what about being rude to Fez? Who's team
I'm third, fourth down the list.
I wasn't aware of that, and I'm terribly sorry for that.
You know Fez doesn't like face-to-face meetings or phone calls. We know this about Fez.
I spoke out of turn, and I apologize.
What we do with Fez is we protect his weakness, and then we shine a light on his strength.
Thank you, Ronnie.
We shine a light on his strength, protect the weakness.
I'm terribly sorry. I'm truly sorry.
Then play some Motown.
Hollywood, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Yes, there's a reason why the Stones are playing in Detroit for halftime.
Give it to me.
Because when Ford Field first opened, that was their first act, the Stones, and in the deal that they have with them.
With Ford Field?
Yes. When Ford Field first opened, 3 seasons ago, the Stones was their very first act that played there. And now, this is their residual that they get to play for the halftime show.
No, it has nothing to do with Ford Field. This is about the NFL and what the NFL wants. Believe me, the last thing the NFL cares is what some stadium wants. Doesn't fucking matter to them at all. They're a gigantic corporation now, and all they want is the biggest possible thing that they could have. And then they had to look at America and say, what would America rather see? Their own local acts, their own Motown acts and local Detroit acts, or would they rather see the Rolling Stones?
Yeah, they're just afraid that if it's Detroit acts or something, there's going to be another wardrobe malfunction.
You take it back to that?
Oh, yeah.
So you think they're thinking, well, let's have Keith Richards out there because less things could go wrong.
Exactly.
I don't normally think that ever comes up in a board meeting of we'll be safer with Keith. Well, Fez, you got a great big bet coming down for the Super Bowl.
I got a Super Bowl bet with Elfish going on. A lot of stipulations in this one. If the Pittsburgh Steelers win, that's Elfish's team. Not only do I have to bring him to New York City,
right,
shave my head, have him stay at my house, also paint my shaved head blue. Then, on top of all that, we throw in a trip to Memphis, Tennessee, for him and his mother and myself all to go visit Graceland.
And this will happen when, like the following weekend?
Yeah, I believe so.
So don't believe. Let's get that worked out, Earl. If there's a loss, we got to start calling travel agencies, getting Elfish up here, getting them on planes, getting them on whatever the hell has to happen, because I don't want it to drag out anymore. And then if you lose, Fezzi, you're just bringing him up here and getting him drunk.
Yeah, then he gets to come up here and stay at my house.
Yeah. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
All right, how's it going, guys?
Cool.
I was just going to say, the reason the Stones are there that are playing is because they're booked so far in advance. These venues are set up years in advance. They're agreed on by the league. They're agreed on by the owners. The venue, the act, the who supplies cups, everything down to the...
I don't know about the halftime show because they only announced the Stones about, 4 months ago?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's all laid out. The venue is laid out way in advance. If not as far as to say 2 years in advance, they've had the act booked and ready to go.
No way. Definitely not. Because every year it becomes, as you get closer to it, who is going to be the act. People talk about it. And a lot of times they'll just throw a bunch of different people, some that don't even fit together because they know they don't have that one big strong headliner. If they had the Stones or U2, they're happy with it. If they have Aerosmith, then suddenly they're going to throw Britney Spears out in the middle of the deal, whatever the hell they have to do, or some crazy-ass country act running out.
Justin Timberlake is usually an add-on.
That's when he was dating Britney. They were both together. Oh, and Justin's with me. Darren, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Hey.
Yeah, 89018.
Way to go old school for us, buddy.
Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah! Hey, it's a pretty clear-cut decision. Look at the crap they've been shilling out to us the last few years. Like Diana Ross was in there. Britney, Janet Jackson. There won't be a wardrobe malfunction, and the Rolling Stones are just a good band to have. It'll just, across the board, it's a good thing.
I just hope they play really old Stones tunes. If I even hear Start Me Up, I think I'm going to fucking puke. I don't want to hear Start Me Up again for the rest of my life.
I think Start Me Up is the song that's in all the NFL Super Bowl promos.
Oh, God, see.
Yeah, I'd like to hear Sympathy for the Devil.
That would be fucking great. I would have no problem with that. I like the Lemon Squeezer. I want to fucking go way back.
And that's how they bring out Bill Cowher.
Yeah, I don't even want to hear anything from Some Girls. I'm going so far back. I want to hear a couple Brian Jones tunes thrown in. Hey, Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys? I miss halftime show, Fez.
Me too. He was the best.
Yeah, very entertaining. I just wanted to say the guy who called said they booked the show 2 years in advance. I mean, completely off base. I mean, who would you guys want as halftime show, though?
This year, I'm gonna lean with Earl that the Stones are the biggest band in the history of the world, and if you get that shot to have the Rolling Stones, you ought to throw them out there. If not, if you go pulling Aretha and all those people out, you've seen that Motown reunion 100 fucking times on TV. They've done it so many times, and not for nothing, and not to put her down, Aretha's 700 pounds now.
That's being nice.
Yeah, that is being nice.
It would serve him right if she gave him a wardrobe malfunction.
Now, not that I still wouldn't tap it, because I would feel like it was my duty for all the joy she has given me, but I probably wouldn't have a smile on my face.
It's funny, Fez mentioned that she did have a wardrobe malfunction on a Fox show. It was a live show.
Yeah.
And it was like her and Rod Stewart and a bunch of other people, and she was wearing this really low-cut dress.
And that big titty popped out?
And it spilled all over the stage. I remember Rod Stewart going later, goes, it was an avalanche of bosom.
Yeah, that fucking titty is as big as a lineman.
They needed a mop to clean that one up.
Yeah, that's a gigantic breast. All right, Fez, here's your best friend on the air, ready to go on and talk about the bet. Let's do it easy, fast, get it over with. Here he is, Elfish. Hey, Elfish.
Hi, Fezzy.
Oh, hi, Elfish. Elfish, you ready for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, we're going to do it, baby.
Elfish, of course, has the Steelers.
All right, buddy, good luck to you. Now, there it is. We've lined it up. We've got all the rules. We're ready to go.
It is all set for this Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday.
All right, Elfish?
Yeah.
Anything to add?
Well, yeah. We're going to kick Seattle's ass.
Now it's we.
Now he's part of the Steelers.
Yeah. Now he's Steeler Nation.
Well, no, I just had to stand behind the team that
Now, let me just get into this, Elfish. What does your mom think about this? Is she ready to go to Memphis?
Well, she's not really all that well, so that might not be happening.
All right, I can't even do it. I can't deal. You're doing acid then, Fez.
As he changes it again.
Yeah. Hey, Ronnie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, don't you think that the most awesome halftime show would be if they brought out fucking Slayer with the Rain of Blood and then just poured all the... Have you ever seen them? They do the blood at the end.
I am ready to see Slayer, honestly, do a fucking halftime show.
Slayer at halftime would just blow the country away.
And it's what everybody needs. And we need something. We need something in this halftime show.
Fucking lingerie bowl.
Right, that we're not used to seeing on TV. And that's my problem with bringing out the Motown people. That act has been done so many times, you might as well have the USC band come out. You need something that people aren't used to seeing. Now, by the way, Fezzi, worldwide, what do you say the audience is?
Worldwide, I'd say they probably get, a couple 100 million watching worldwide?
They always tell you 1 billion. Watched by 1 billion people. We've heard that for years. Now this other group, it was, I believe, in Sports Illustrated, really went in and looked into it. It's 83 million people are watching in United States. I think it's another 3 million in Canada and another 2 million during the rest of the world. So just like with the Oscars, where they're like, we're being watched and over... Yeah, it's fucking on, but nobody's really watching that shit.
Yeah, we're being seen in 87 different countries. Yeah. Well, there's 2 people in Ghana watching.
Here's Jonathan. You're on Ron and Fez.
And not to be obvious, but don't you think Kiss needs to show up, put on all their makeup,
They've
and
done
play
it.
Detroit Rock City?
They've done it before, and I'm telling you, seeing Kiss now on TV, it might as well be the Motown reunion. It just doesn't matter. It's just been done so many times. Here's Pokey. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, man, win, lose, or draw, Hellfish is going to New York. So why the hell didn't he come in and watch the Super Bowl with Fezzi anyway?
That would have been great. I don't know what goes on between Fez and Hellfish, and hearing today that the bet's going to be changed, just not used to it. Rick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy, good morning, man.
Hey.
Where the hell did Elfish come from, man? I'm tired of that guy. Roll him up, stick him up Aretha Franklin's ass or something. I'm tired of hearing him, man.
All right, hold on. Let me talk to Elfish. Elfish? Elfish.
Yes, sir.
Some backlash.
Backlash from what?
You changing the bet again?
I'm not changing the bet.
Yeah.
I'm not changing the bet. The bet still stands. I mean, if he doesn't want to take acid, he doesn't have to.
He is so drunk at this time of day.
Are you drunk, Elfish?
No, I'm not drunk. I'm watching The West Wing, and I'm flipping back and forth because...
what are you drinking?
Vodka. It's a 2000 show for The View, and they had Regis on.
Oh, that's wonderful.
No, it's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
The Steelers fan, he's waving his liver like it's a terrible towel.
I'll tell you one thing. That fucking Star Jones, that's one freaky-looking bitch.
All right, hold on, Elfish. Maybe we'll get him good and drunk and talk to him at the end of the show. Hey, will you be drunk by the end of the show, Elfish?
I hope so.
All right, we'll call you back then, all right?
All right.
Race to do that. All right, bye-bye.
Now he has an assignment. Now that'll get him a little more focus. He knows he has to really start pounding the vodkas before the end of our program.
What kills me is he's coming in one day, right? That's part of the bet?
Yeah.
That day I'm taking off. Earl, I also want you off that day. And it'll just be Fez and Elfish, a kind of a new odd couple.
I'll need some help in here.
No, because you've dug this hole.
Should we give them each a bottle of vodka, too?
What you'll do is leave no music for him, Earl. That'll be your extra thing. Here's Fred. Fred, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Yeah.
I'd like to bring back something for the halftime show that I haven't seen in a long time. Is that ventriloquist Willie Tyler and his dummy Lester still out there?
I would love to see Willie Tyler and Lester come out.
I think Willie Tyler passed along. Passed away.
No.
Yeah, I think Willie Tyler's dead.
No, I don't think so.
Lester's still living.
Earl, what's the story on Willie Tyler? Because I know the Madam guy died, right?
Yeah, Waylon Flowers.
Yeah, but I didn't know Willie Tyler.
I believe Willie Tyler is deceased. He died.
So there are no ventriloquists left alive. We're at that point.
No, we just lost Paul Winchell.
Did you see that thing the other night on American Idol where the woman could sing with her mouth shut?
Yeah, I did see that.
Fucking amazing. Bring her out for halftime. Ron, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Ronnie from Jersey, 14345.
Way to go, old school.
How about another local out of Michigan, Grand Funk Railroad?
Let them come out and do the TNUC album
there you go.
live. Do the whole thing live.
Band.
I gotta have more cowbell. I could have used a little more cowbell.
Probably give him more cowbell.
Here's Wally. Wally, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
I got a quick one here. The Detroit halftime show should be Alice Cooper, Iggy Pop, and the MC5.
It's unbelievable how many great bands came out of Michigan. MC5, kick out the jams, motherfucker. That's where we're going. That's where we're going, Earl.
That's what we want.
It's amazing how many
Detroit
bands.
Rock City.
Yeah.
Detroit Rock City.
I don't know. I can't think of a city that even comes close. This might be the greatest song in the history of rock and roll. Yeah, a lot of bands coming out of Michigan. Hey, Bruce, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey,
Bruce.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, man.
How about the Chichester Marching Band?
Chichester Eagles marching band. By the way, yeah, there it is. Big
there
touchdown.
You go.
That means touchdown. Chi 20, Sun Valley 15. There's your upset special. Apicella Field, named after the famous coach Apicella. Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, good morning. Caller number 69.
All right, buddy. What's up?
How about Black Girl and the Rock Coalition for the halftime show? You could put fried chicken and watermelon on
it. All right, come on. Here's Jay. Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, what kind of guy is this Elfish? I mean, his mom's sitting on death's door, you know, and all he's talking about is going to New York or going to Memphis. No matter what, he's leaving. What kind of stand-up guy is this? I mean, yeah, he's not a welcher like Fez, but, I mean, what kind of guy is this? He leaves his mom when she's all sick.
You know, I didn't bring that up to him. He's back on the line now. Hey, Elfish?
What the fuck is this dipshit talking about?
I don't know.
What kind of guy are you? I mean, your mom's sick. And no matter what, you want to go to New York, you want to go to Memphis, and now you're talking, well, my mom's sick and she might not go to Memphis, but, you know, I don't give a shit. I'm going to go anyway. You know, what kind of guy are you?
Look, dipshit, it's set up for a weekend deal, okay?
For a weekend deal? You know,
fuck you
my mom's sick. There's no fucking way. If my mom's sick, I'm going anywhere.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
You might be a stand-up guy when it comes to bets, but when it comes to family, you're shit.
Yeah,
You're
find your mom on a mattress somewhere in fucking Eastside.
Oh, is that all you fucking got?
That's all you got. That's all you got in fucking D.C.
No, it's not all I got. I got a lot more.
Well, come on, buddy, dish it.
Dish what?
All right, Elfish.
I'm not calling your mother any bad.
All right, Elfish.
I'm not saying nothing bad about your mother.
We have a bet.
Not doing nothing with your mother.
Elfish, we have a bet. And if you win this thing, your mom is going to Memphis.
She is included in this.
That's what I wanted.
But that's what has to happen. You can't welch on this.
I'm not welching.
Oh, I hate a welcher.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Fez. Yeah, you hate
Pick
a
or
welcher.
not, she's got to go. There's no, well, mom's not going.
That's right. You've got to get her on that plane, and she's going into Graceland, Elfish.
Yeah.
That's
Hang
the
up.
conditions of the bet.
Hang up on this limp dick prick.
Oh, stop it, Elfish.
You're not making any friends here.
No, I heard that
fuck them. I'm not here to make friends.
I heard
I'm here
that
to
your
win.
mom didn't believe in me and Fez and says that we lie.
Oh, no, not you. Fezzy lied.
What did she say when you brought up the trip to her? It's never going to happen?
Yeah.
Why would you tell her about this trip before you have won it?
I said there's a chance. And I was told
Oh,
that-
you're getting her poor little hopes up of going to see Graceland.
Oh, she's going. If he wins, she's going to Graceland.
Look.
Why would you do something like that?
I'm not doing anything like that. You've kept me on a fucking hook for what? 4 weeks now?
Oh, God, it's been way longer than that, Elfish.
Yeah, over and over. And I win and I win and I win.
It's true.
And then I tie.
It's
I
true.
hate it when he's right.
Yeah. I hate it more when you're wrong. Why did you call back? Did you think it was the end of the show?
I called back because you fucking brushed me off like, lint.
His glass was empty, so he figured the show was done, too.
When you're not drinking, you're just not that comedy Elfish that we're looking for.
Well, I'm drinking now.
Yeah. I mean, really
Faster.
drunk. Yeah. Hey, Randy. Randy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. Good
Yeah.
morning. How are you?
Good.
I got to agree with that last caller, man. Elfish is a real piece of shit. Why would you do that to your mom?
Oh, jeez.
Fuck you, you ass white.
Hey, man, listen, dude. It's your mom. She's dying, man. Why don't you, stick around? Hang out for a little bit. She might be dead.
If one more person says that.
Hey, why don't you listen to me, you support system for an insufficient penis? Don't fucking badmouth me. I'll knock your ass into the fucking ground.
And not on any day you won't.
All right, come on, you two.
I'm
All right.
afraid you're going to get jumped outside of Graceland. You keep doing this to people, Elfish.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
What was your problem with being brushed off? That wasn't a good thing?
Well, I mean, not that quick. I mean, I was only on for a minute.
Right, but we've said everything, Elfish. Is there anything else to add?
Well, obviously there's something else to add. Now people are calling me a fucking welcher or an asshole.
Yeah.
And they were before you did that.
I know. I didn't want you to hear it. That's why I cut you off. I want you to go back and watch the 2000th view.
It's over.
How did that? Was it tears?
Yeah, it was lovely.
And Hasselbeck's brother-in-law is playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I
Hasselbeck is going to be there. And then they said if Hasselbeck wins, he wants to go to Graceland. So we never know what's going to happen.
We'll run into everybody there.
After the Super Bowl, just Elfish and his mom. You've just won your 19th bet in a row. Where are you going? I'm going to Graceland.
Yep.
Yeah.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Hell to the yes.
Here is Peter. Peter, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Elfish.
Yeah.
Your mom's a fucking cock-sucking trailer
All
trash
right.
whore.
All right. Please.
Well,
Please.
you show up at the Hard Rock Friday night.
All right, come on,
fucking
everybody.
mom's a whore.
I'll give you something.
All right, stop it.
Elfish, I can't have you throwing fisticuffs in the Hard Rock. I know people there.
Who?
Hard Rock Johnny.
Where's Johnny been in our life?
I have not seen Johnny since Halloween.
The problem with Johnny is he moved off 57th. When he was on 57th, we'd see him every day. Just like this son of a bitch East Side Dave. Yeah, I said your catchphrase, son of a bitch. How do you like that, you son of a bitch?
And that's why I chose the Hard Rock, because I knew we'd get preferential treatment there.
Well, what are you going to get? A potato skin? I don't know what's
Hard Rock
preferred.
Johnny.
Yeah. You can't get too excited about it. It's just the Hard Rock.
I'll get you a keychain while we're there.
All right, so
No.
we calling the bet off then if your mom... You say your mom can't make it?
Hell to the no.
Yeah.
I love that place because I love the instruments on the wall. Not those instruments.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I got to put you back on hold. Fezzy, what do you do to the show? What do you and your gambling problems do to the show?
He's such a loose cannon. I can no longer control him.
You could at one time?
I thought maybe.
Oh, I thought I had him on hold.
Oh.
No, you don't.
Oh. Hey, Tim, you're on Ron and Fez. Timmy.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Good.
What do you got, Tim?
Hey, maybe Elfish could smother his mother when she's sleeping.
All right, I'm not going to put... Please.
That is not going to happen.
Do not do that. Elfish, I apologize.
See, I know it's a show, and that's all cool, and I roll with that.
I know.
That's the way I roll.
I know.
But don't start talking about Mom.
Absolutely. I agree with you 1,000,000%.
Because I will fucking knock somebody.
I understand. Don't make it worse. Then people get that way. I apologize for you. I know Fez won't. But I apologize for you and to you.
I appreciate that, boss.
All right. Please don't call me boss. It's really uncomfortable.
That's when he starts to mellow out a little. That's when the brain starts to get a little bit more pickled.
Right.
Fernando, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, man.
Hey, Elfish. I don't mean to insult your mom, but I think she's a whore.
All right. Sorry, Elfish.
I think he meant to insult her.
Earl, please.
His mother obviously
All right.
dick.
Elfish, you're not making things easier that way, are you?
Well, fuck them.
Yeah.
You got to meet them halfway, Elfish.
Yeah, I'm going to meet them halfway. Fuck.
All right. Hey, Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, man.
Hey, I just want to let everybody know that Elfish, if not only going, trying to get his bet on, but he's trying to do something nice for his mom. He's a good guy.
He is a good guy. And that is going to be nice if he gets his mom this trip.
Yeah, that stipulation came out of nowhere on me. I was shocked by it. That Mom would be included in the...
fucking stipulation came out of nowhere in this bet. Every stipulation.
Yeah, because it's been continued from point A to point B to point C.
It's been a nightmare. Now, the name Elfish, Fezzy, as you know, that's because Elfish actually believes that Elvis came back as a fish, and that there is a fish out there somewhere looking like Elvis.
That's funny, boss.
Thanks. Mikey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, Elfish?
Hey, bro.
Hey, I don't care if your mom's doing a Terry Schiavo. If you can't bring her, the bet's off, brother.
Kiss my fat white ass.
All right,
very nice. I didn't say anything bad about you.
Now, is that the kind of dialogue we like to have with the callers, Elfish?
Yeah, and he didn't say anything bad about you.
Hey, Fez, if this guy tries to weasel out, man, I don't even think you have to bring him to New York, brother.
All right. You got to have a bet that everybody can feel comfortable with, Elfish. And again, I'm fucking back into this. I can't believe it, Fez. Fezzy, look who I just look over and see. It's Little John, the guy that we haven't seen since the Hypnotist show. Come on in, Johnny.
John was one of the O&A interns that got hypnotized when Don the Hypnotist was here on Tuesday.
And I thought he was the kind of breakout star of the show, Fezzy, under hypnosis. You were hysterical. I'm going to say something true. I expected it. Big game. Fez is going to come in. Eastside Dave, I know he's a maniac. I expected that he would do well.
Sure.
Little John, I had no idea that he was going to come in here and blow everybody away during the hypnosis show.
After listening to the replay,
yeah,
I really can't believe any of that happened.
Were you shocked with it?
I really was.
You
I
really don't remember anything?
No.
Even now, even after hearing it?
After listening to it, and
yeah.
To be honest, the night when I went to sleep, it felt like I was dreaming some of the stuff, like memories.
Right.
Even though at the time when it happened, I couldn't even recall it.
Remember when you guys were put back under or whatever, he gave some kind of, tonight you'll have more relaxed dreams or whatever, and then all you guys had pretty explosive dreams, huh, that night?
Yeah, I had the really deep sleep that he talked about, and then my dreams were so clear and so vivid. They weren't even good dreams, but they were really lifelike.
Yeah.
Where it would be like if this was a dream, just sitting in here talking. Not even, oh God, now I freaked myself out. but not even, crazy things happen in the dreams, but just...
Wake up, Fezzy.
I'm awake.
Are you sure?
The room's moving. Now I gotta hold on.
A lot of times when you talk, I'm only hearing every third word.
You can't hear me? Ronnie!
What did he say?
Johnny! Somebody!
So you didn't remember a lot of that stuff, huh?
No, not at all.
Now, had you seen Brokeback Mountain, the film?
I have.
Because you seemed to know the plot points, and then you were crying at the end of your song. Did you cry at the end of watching Brokeback Mountain?
No.
Were you moved by the film?
Moved in a disgusted way, yes, but...
See, everybody's got to come out. That was terrible. Oh, that was sick. Well, you were fucking hysterical that day. You really surprised me.
I surprised myself.
Yeah. Fez, do you remember some of the stuff he was coming up with, or is that even cloudy on you?
It's a little hazy. I definitely remember his Brokeback Mountain stuff.
Yeah. By the way, I got a nice email from Don the Hypnotist who said he would go out and do a live show with us any time.
Nice.
And I just wrote back, Fez and I never want to go out at night ever again. We just want to stay inside. That's what we want to do. Just sit inside.
Don the Hypnotist at hypnotictouch.com.
Hey, Elfish?
Yes, sir.
Maybe you'd like to be hypnotized.
I think that might be dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think it would even work for him.
So when you wake up, you just think you've been to Graceland.
Here's Bam Bam. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, Fez, you ought to just tell Elfish, since he's trying to wilch out of the bed, that both of y'all are just even Steven. Just let him go. You go your way, and everybody just enjoy the game since he's trying to welch out of it.
Do you want to do that, Elfish?
I'm not welching anyway, anytime.
All right, then, if you win, your mom has to go to Graceland.
She's legally obligated.
Yes, she will.
All right, good. Here is John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what happens if Elfish's mom passes away right after he wins the bet? I'm thinking,
then I'll kill you, you fucking asshole.
All right, but
I've got an idea for
He didn't do it.
I'll say this, though. If anyone passes away, Fez, Elfish, or his mom, they're still going to Graceland.
Okay, we got Weekend at Bernie's, Memphis style.
All right.
You know, believe me, Fez are on a higher level of passing away than her.
What's that?
Fez and I could pass away quicker than she could.
Thank you. That's what I was saying from the beginning. Both you and Fez have been at death's door recently.
We got those stints.
Yes. So much in common.
Memphis Stent Tour.
Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, Elfish, I think it's terrible what all these people are saying about your mother. By the way, she got big titties?
You'll find when I kill you.
All right, Elfish.
Why would he find out?
Elfish.
I'm tired of this.
I'm tired of it, too. People put up saying, I want to back Elfish. I go to them. Earl, I don't know what's going on with those phones today.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
I'll ride herd on him.
Ride herd. That's what you need to do.
Ride herd. Yeah. I'll ride her when I'm in NYC. We'll see what happens then.
I don't know what that means. Here is Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Elfish, stop fucking your mom in the ass and maybe she'd feel okay.
I don't think that's how she got sick. Matter of fact, I know it. I know that for a fact. Oh, jeez, nobody's backing me up.
Are we sure?
Elfish.
Somebody's going to die.
Somebody is going to die.
Yeah, and I'm going to kill them.
I know. But then they still have to go to Graceland. I'm excited about this bet, Fezzy, only because it's going to be over.
It'll be over Super Bowl Sunday. I have the Seahawks. Elfish has the Steelers. And it is the Memphis bet on the line.
What is your bet right now, Fezzy? Forget that you have a bet going on, but what do you really believe in your heart? Who's going to win the game?
I have the feeling the Steelers are going to fall down on the job, and I don't think it's going to be a close Super Bowl. I think Seattle starts running it up in the second half.
What do you think, Earl?
I will believe it's a close game. Very close game.
And who wins?
I like Seattle.
Really?
I like I've done the turn because they just, you don't know what's coming, and they haven't gotten any respect, and they've been the best team all year.
Let me go to Little John. Little John, if you got to pick today.
Based on my Madden simulation, I'd go with the Steelers.
Really?
Yeah.
So you go just from Madden?
Yeah.
And did you play without you playing?
No, it was a computer versus computer.
Yeah. So on that pool, you're going to see the Steelers win.
Was that a close game?
Not at all. It was a total blowout.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Hey, Elfish.
Yeah.
Seems like you got the Madden thing on your side.
Well, that's good. But I think the only thing that the Seahawks have on their side is that they're used to playing inside.
Yeah, that is true. They are a dome team. Very true.
That's the only thing they have on their side. But, cleats can fix that.
All right, Elfish. We'll talk to you on Monday then.
Well, can I give a shout-out to two people?
Yeah, go ahead.
My buddy Rob, and you'll love this, Pink Song Justice.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Elfish.
What did he say at the end?
Pink Song something.
Yeah, that's all I heard. Pink
It's
Song.
like one of those names. Oh, by the way, we cannot reach... we've won another bet about Crazy Jen. We can't reach her?
Both numbers, no answer, no response. We left messages. We can't track her down.
Have you tried an email?
We tried everything. We made every effort to reach her. She is just AOL.
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 Sense,
She is America Online.
All right, now, I was thinking about this. Remember that, was it Mikey Boy that had to yell at her about something that she did?
Yes.
Without saying what it was? I bet she's worried Fez is hunting her down for bad reasons.
Oh, okay.
I think she went a running. I think she took off running because she thinks she's in trouble over something that she did. And if it was anybody else, she probably would be. But with her, you know that she's just a retard.
Right. It's just someone wandered off the special bus and got into something they shouldn't have.
Yeah. So that's what happened.
So, yeah, that makes sense. That she is totally on the lam and in a hideout somewhere.
Because the last time I talked to her, she actually sent us something you said was just unlistenable too, right, Earl?
Yeah, it was awful.
Just terrible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just, I wouldn't even, no. It's just
so
awful.
she was just a couple days ago trying to get stuff on the air, and now she's AOL, as they now say.
AWOL.
Yeah. I'm not bringing it up, man. I know she's afraid of you, Fez.
Right. So now it's cold case. She's disappeared without a trace.
Yeah, which goes to show you the lack of integrity of she knows she did something wrong, and instead of owning up to it or coming up with a reason, she went a running, as those type often do.
Yeah, it's a first grader just taking off because he broke a window.
Hey, Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, real quick. I was just wondering what Johnny meant by Madden stimulation.
Well, you play the Madden game, right?
I do not. I've never stimulated John Madden in my life.
Simulation, asshole.
Madden, of course, has the game out. And what he just done is just have the computer play the computer, just as kind of measured against strengths and weaknesses. And according to him, Steelers are crushing over the Seahawks.
So Madden's easy to stimulate? Is that... I don't...
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I've never touched John Madden.
Didn't get a fucking laugh the first time.
Yeah.
Did not get a laugh. All right, so there we go. Bowl game is this Sunday. I'm going away, Fezzy.
But I always watch the game with you.
I know, but I want to eat this year, and I know that I can't eat in front of you. And my chick just tried to bring up, like, skinless turkey. And I'm like, fuck, I can't fucking do this for the Super Bowl. So she might go over and watch with you and bring you something.
My nutritionist brought up last night, have tofu ready as a Super Bowl
Why
snack.
can't you have one fucking day that you eat like a gentleman? And then you go right back on it. One day going to kill you?
Yes.
You ate like an animal your whole entire life. Now you're afraid?
Now the clock is ticking on me.
Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, you guys just said the Seahawks are used to playing indoors.
You know what? Elfish said that. They don't have a dome.
That's right. They got rid of the King Dome.
Yeah, they did.
You agree with them, though.
Yeah, I know, like a fucking idiot. What do you want from me?
East Coast fucking bias, man. The Seahawks are going to blow them out. It's going to be embarrassing. And the whole Bettis bullshit going on over there, it's going to be ridiculous.
What?
People are going to realize.
Realize what?
The Seahawks they're going to blow them out. It's people have your head up your ass over there on the East Coast.
You paint a picture with words, my friend. You paint a picture with words, Matt.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, get an umbrella. Go outside. Talk to you later.
That's the fans that are cheering on the Seahawks.
Fans, you got to give them credit. Those fans popped this year, though. They did fucking pop. I would say the 12th man probably even more into it than the Pittsburgh city, which is a real football town. All right, we'll take a break. Right back, Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez, XM 202.
It's the Ron and Fez show.
Oh, Ronnie, by the way, I want to thank Dr. Steve, who sent me a very nice gift. Dr. Steve from Tennessee, he sent me an engraved money clip with my name engraved right on it. Very nice, so I want to thank him.
Just annoys me when I see him wasting a gift like that.
Oh, this thing's going to good use.
Why? You don't carry money with you. You're the cheapest man I've ever met in my life.
But now I have something that has my name on it. Bob Woodruff, ABC is replacing him, they say temporarily, with Diane Sawyer and Charles Gibson from Good Morning America.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So they'll be taking turns.
Yeah, somebody's got to get on the air there, I guess, huh?
Yeah, well, they have Elizabeth Vargas, the other co-anchor that worked with Woodruff, but I guess they wanted to keep doing the co-anchor thing. With me, I think this is Charles Gibson finally getting this gig, because I don't think Woodruff is going to be back. So,
yeah, it'll be a surprise if he's back, everything that the poor guy's going through.
I mean, they still haven't even put his skull back together. He's still missing a piece of that thing.
Hey, Carlos, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, no, I was calling because of that last caller, I guess Mr. Enthusiasm over there,
yeah.
Calling about the Seattle blowout.
Right.
In his whole East Coast bias conspiracy theory, I'm from Arizona. I'm in a West Coast there, and the Steelers are just going to destroy the Seahawks. I'm sorry, Fezzy. Your boys are going down.
Well, you know, that's the thing. All of us had bet the Seahawks, so his bias thing doesn't really hold up. But I don't give a fuck.
You guys are, yeah, you know, what can you do? People are stupid.
All right, talk to you later, man.
Thanks.
We got another child star that has admitted to going bad.
Who's that?
This was the middle daughter on the Full House show with the show with the Olsen twins and Bob Saget.
She was the one that wasn't the Olsen twins?
Yeah, exactly. So she's talked about how she was a meth head for quite a while. She hid it from her husband. Eventually, there was an intervention done by the Olsen twins and Bob Saget and John Stamos.
I hope they taped that for a very, very special show coming up.
That's the reunion special you want to see.
Yeah.
So she's. This was Jodie Sweetin, who played Stephanie Tanner.
I want to tell you the truth. I have no idea who she is. I never watched that show.
So just another one that goes into the long ranks of child stars gone bad.
Right. Yeah, there's tons of them. A child star right now, they have like almost a reputation. Just like when you had the postal worker the other day that shot the place up. No one is shocked. Same way as if you hear of a child star ending up on meth.
I mean, you got to think now like the little fat kid on Charlie Sheen's show, 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
You just have to wonder. You got to assume now he's just a little ticking time bomb.
He's a little junkie ready to pop out.
Till something, finally goes horribly wrong in his life and he kills someone drunk or something.
Yeah.
Or holds up a video store.
You meet a child star, you know there's going to be some shit that's going to happen sooner or later.
I think my favorite of all time is Adam Rich, who was like throwing himself down the steps or running his shoulder into the door in order to get more prescription drugs.
I think he looks together when you compare him with Danny Bonaducci, who, is on TV screaming that I'm doing steroids and chasing his wife around. Like, looking like a fucking axe murderer on that show.
It's amazing, the drug thing is one thing, but it's amazing when they actually take up a life of crime. I mean, because that just sounds like a TV show in itself. Child star gone so bad that they're holding up a video store like the Different Strokes girl did.
I guess they don't know what to do when it's all over. But they're like, well, you don't know what it's like not having a TV show. Like, everyone I know doesn't have a fucking TV show. I don't see them freaking out about it. Only a couple people have a TV show, and it's not killing us.
I mean, is that the main culprit, boredom? where they're not going to the set every day, they're not busy, but they still have some cash?
Everyone is not looking at them. That's what they want at all time. Just like that Danny Bonaducci show, it's fucking literally him going, look at my asshole, everybody. Please, just whatever it takes. How bad do I have to do? What do I have to expose so you'll please watch this show? And then the fucking shrink goes on with him. It's just a breakdown. Just a please love me, please hate me, as long as you're looking at me, egotistical breakdown.
I like the fact that in this case it had to be a celebrity intervention, where the Olsen twins came and talked to me. John Stamos was there. Nothing about, oh, my husband talked to me about this, or my father took me aside.
Her husband was a cop and had no idea that she was a meth head. So apparently he's not a detective. The fucking, the girl's up all night long fucking chewing through her bottom lip, and the cop doesn't realize it.
And then she said she did the standard thing of, and I want to get back on TV. I want to do movies now. I want everyone to know that this is just a footnote, just a chapter in my life, not the ending.
Yeah, me too. I want to start doing movies. I hope this selfish bet doesn't, it's not what I'm known for. I hope I go on and win an Oscar.
And these kids, that's just not going to happen. They're just getting their own hopes up again.
It's Fez, everyone who goes out to Hollywood has their own hopes up. How many people actually become movie stars? It's a fucking crazy thing. It's like playing the lottery. You probably got a better shot at hitting the lottery.
Britney Spears, she's going to appear on Will and Grace. She's going to play a conservative talk show host with Jack's character. I can't imagine this going well.
I didn't know the show was still on. I thought they canceled it.
This is its last season. So Will and Grace will finally be off the air in May.
What is she going to play, Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah, she's going to be like a female Jerry Falwell or something, I think.
Oh, she's going to be a Christian talk show host. Oh, is it all making fun of Christians?
Yeah.
Obviously it is if you've got Britney Spears in it. Hey, speaking of which, did you see this Keith Olbermann fight with Bill O'Reilly?
No, I haven't checked that out.
So apparently he does a thing on his show, and it's turned into shock radio. This is where we are with TV. He does a thing where he's attacking Bill O'Reilly and stuff. So O'Reilly starts to, on his show, take a look at the ratings, my friend. You know what I mean? Doing the same shit that you would hear any shock jock in the country do. So it's going back and forth. And and then O'Reilly starts to threaten the head of NBC, like he knows some stuff. One of those deals, like you get involved, and I'm going to bring this up. So we've got Olbermann now. We've got the tape of it, taking the latest shot at Bill O'Reilly.
And now a little out of traditional sequence, Countdown's nominee for today's worst person in the world, and Bill O'Reilly is at it again. The second time in 4 shows, whining about cheap shots from MSNBC and NBC. This time he opened his program with it, ostensibly starting with a patronizing update on the health of ABC's Doug Vogt and Bob Woodruff, whom he identified as Woodriss. There was a lot of guff about the code among most in TV news of respect and professional courtesy, but most of what Mr. O'Reilly was saying was his typical obtuse shorthand of bullying and another word starting with bull. As a public service, I'm going to read portions of his remarks and then translate them into what he's actually saying. The bottom line is, as the oldest cliche goes, he can dish it out, but clearly he cannot take it. Fox News has good relationships with ABC News, CBS News, and generally CNN. That's probably why Fox bought those billboards across the street from CNN headquarters taunting them about ratings, or issued that anonymous statement comparing CNN to the Titanic, or the one about Ted Turner losing his mind. But Talking Points is troubled by the behavior of NBC, which cheap shots Fox News on a regular basis and has been doing so for some time. You know, I got to confess, it had never occurred to me before, but when we quote your own words back to you about how the Catholic Church was out to get Christmas or how we should let Al-Qaeda attack San Francisco, they must seem like cheap shots. And there's only a few people doing this, but NBC President Robert Wright allows it to happen. Wright knows exactly what's going on because he's been made aware of it. Maybe he hasn't, Bill. Mr. Wright is the chairman, not the president of NBC, so your postcard of complaint may have gone to the wrong office. And by the way, let us leave our bosses out of this, Bill, or I'll have to call yours. And you know how much Satan hates to be disturbed while American Idol is on. By the way, I ain't calling Rupert Murdoch the devil, by the way. Now, we understand that NBC has major problems. Its primetime programming is dead last. Its cable operations are ratings failures. In the cable ratings for the year 2005, USA Network, owned by NBC, finished 3 full places ahead of Fox News. And as to MSNBC, since February of 2005, our respective ratings tell a very interesting story. In what was described today by News Corp as, quote, the money demo, Countdown's ratings are up 34%, but O'Reilly's have shriveled by 21%. Bill's obviously among our new viewers. But that is no excuse for unprofessional behavior. Unless, that is, the unprofessional behavior is with one of your women producers on the phone. There's no question that the amazing success of Fox News has affected all TV news operations, like bird flu. But CNN, for example, usually competes with class, not bitterness, which is why we at Fox News compared CNN's Paul Azan to an outhouse and a dead muskrat. Likewise, we respect ABC and CBS for their work ethic and competitive zeal, especially since David Letterman kicked the crap out of me on CBS earlier this month. But there's something very wrong with NBC, and if it continues, Talking Points will go into greater detail about the problems besetting that network. Is this that code among most in TV news of respect and professional courtesy you mentioned, Bill, or do we get to that part later? We hope Robert Wright will right the situation and believe he has the power to do it, but perhaps we're wrong about Wright. Bill made a funny. Maybe he's out of the loop, or maybe he just doesn't care. Well, he should care. We'll let you know what happens. This is Ted Baxter, WJM. Good night, and good news.
So getting a little ugly there in the news wars, huh, Fezzy?
Yeah, here's what you sound like.
Yeah.
You sound like Ted Baxter.
You're a dick. You're a dick.
Oh, look at me, I'm Mrs. O'Reilly.
But here's a news guy bringing up that the other guy had to fucking pay money for hitting on his own chick. It's getting ugly there in the news business.
Nice.
Shock jocks. They're shock jock news people.
Yeah, nothing to do with the news whatsoever at that point.
Yeah.
News completely secondary, if not even lower.
And O'Reilly kind of playing into his hands of firing back, which is, you know, the big marketing mistake. When you're ahead, you don't want to be the guy who fires back. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Now, Overman, he started as a sports guy, right?
Yeah, he was like originally ESPN guy, I think.
Is that right?
Yeah. And then went back to sports, and then back to news.
Where did he go first? What was his first news gig? CNN?
I thought it was CNN or Fox before he hit MSNBC.
Yeah. He was somewhere for a while. Then one of the things he quit over, I don't know, he didn't want to talk about OJ anymore or something?
No, I think he was on Fox Sports first, and then he went to MSNBC, but then jumped right into the Lewinsky scandal. And then when that ended, the OJ thing happened, and he didn't want to do the OJ, and I think that's when he quit.
I don't think it was OJ, was it? Was it that long ago?
Well, Lewinsky happened after OJ.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, that timeline.
That's true. I'm sorry.
Right.
So that doesn't match up.
That timeline's not right.
But he was every night was the Lewinsky scandal.
But now these guys might have me watching them because or at least having me watch the tapes that people send to me, because I do like to see them battling back and forth. There's a kind of a point-counterpoint show I might watch.
And I just like, Peyton O'Reilly is a crazy person. Just a nut bar.
Yeah. It is funny, though. It is kind of funny how mad he gets. How very mad he gets.
I just love that clip where you just hear the background crew just groaning in the background with some of the cheap shots he threw at him.
Yeah.
It's just when he mentioned the fact that, making inappropriate phone calls, you just hear the whole room go, oh.
Well, it is. You don't expect, it's kind of a news show, and you don't expect for personal stuff to come up.
Yeah, if you saw Dan Rather on TV and he's doing a story, and then all of a sudden any of the people behind him just start moaning during a bad news story, it'd be very odd.
Hey, John, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic what Overman done
It did, rather.
Yeah.
I mean, you take the president, O'Reilly, and Rush Limbaugh, and supposedly, and they love to say they're spouting the truth, but they're also full of shit.
You know,
I mean, it just...
and that's not to say Overman isn't. I have no idea. I don't really watch his show. Do you, Fez?
No, I don't watch it because I don't understand what he does with his countdown. It seems like it's all over the place. I have no idea what he's doing.
He's doing Fastest Hour.
Oh, okay.
He's just counting down the news things. It's just another, pardon the interruption type of deal where he's going, here's what's coming up next. Because I guess people, their ADD is so powerful now that they have to find out what's going to be on in 30 seconds all the time. Do you ever watch any of those entertainment Tonight shows or X or whatever, where they go, coming up. They're just constantly telling you what's coming up.
Yeah, because if you're like fast-forwarding through one of those shows, like on TiVo, to get to something that you do want to see, it looks like that story's coming on 20 times before they actually do it.
Yeah, and it's always Brad and Angelina. They've blown the roof off the place. They've got a name for their baby. We'll let you know. It's coming up. Everything coming up.
And then when they actually do get to the story, whatever it is, it takes 2 seconds
to tell you. It takes
you.
about the same amount of time as the coming ups do. And it's all coming up. I can't believe it's coming up. I like how a lot of those guys, they're just standing, and now we'll go to New York for Fez, and they send people to New York just to do a 8-second story and then throw it back to Hollywood.
It can't possibly be worth the airfare.
Coming up in just a few minutes, Shoes of the Stars. We'll show you what Beyonce's wearing. Is Gwen Stefani still pregnant? Coming up. Everything's coming up.
And then they just tell you, yes, she is.
Yeah, she sure is. It looks fantastic. Bad news for Brad and Angelina coming up after we start coming up with other promos.
And they always, the host, whether it's no matter who it is, they can't wait. They can't wait for this story. And they're the one that's putting it off.
Yeah. Everything's coming up in just a few moments. I like when sometimes they'll be like, and now I've got my Oscar duds on. Where they try to make it seem like they're all part of it.
Oh, I hate any story on those things where their reporter, we get to see her go through her Oscar makeover.
Right. Coming up, our own Fez Whatley with an Oscar makeover.
And we get to see her getting her hair done. Who cares?
Coming up, more promos. Hey, Scott, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, how are you doing?
Yeah, well, I'm okay.
I just wanted to talk about this whole Oberman-O'Reilly thing. O'Reilly is way out of his league here. I mean, him against Oberman is intellectually, it's just a mismatch. Mike Freeman wrote a book about ESPN a few years ago, really good one, in which Oberman was basically the main figure in it. And both the people who hated Oberman personally and loved Oberman personally said he was one of the most brilliant people and broadcasters they'd ever met in their life. And it's the one thing they were in agreement on.
Yeah, but at the same time, he always does seem to be a little self-destructive. He always leaves in a huff, and it doesn't seem like his career heads up, you know?
Personally, a lot of people had problems with him. I think he's a bit of a prima donna who always wants to get his own way. But I don't think that changes the fact that if O'Reilly should pick targets like the ones he has on his shows where he can cut off their mic anytime he wants.
Well, I think I don't think O'Reilly went after him first. I think that Oberman just keeps biting and biting until O'Reilly had to hear about it from people and then turn around and do something about it. But
yeah, O'Reilly should just throw up his hands here and walk away, because if he gets into an intellectual fist fight with Oberman, he ain't going to win.
Yeah, I would love to see the two of them sit down together. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Come on The Factor.
Yeah.
You know that's going to be next.
No, because he would show up on The Factor. It would be a smart move. So that would be, that's the last thing they want, is anybody from the competition showing up. Because let's suppose 80% of the people think that you won, of your audience. That still means 20% of your audience might be shopping across the street after that. Not working in marketing terms. Hey, Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about those entertainment type shows. I tell you, the other day I was watching this, and Pat O'Brien, who had his many troubles last year, was interviewing Leif Garrett about his, I guess, new heroin problem.
Right.
And he's just talking to him like he's Dr. Phil himself, saying, "Tell me about the last time you used heroin and how it's going and all."
What had that happen? How did that come down? Well, you know as fucking well as anybody. It's fun, Pat, until you fuck up at the end.
Take out Pat O'Brien's name and insert someone else's.
Instead of Leif Garrett should turn around and ask him, "Hey, Pat, when you're making those phone calls, did that chick ever email you back?"
But again, here's what happens. When these guys fuck up like Leif Garrett, instead of being like, "Oh, this is so embarrassing, I got to, lay it low for a while," they can't wait to go on these shows and talk about how they fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't be happier. And sometimes when you bring up those child stars, Fez, it's their only way to get back into the news is to crash and burn. Maybe that's why they do it.
Almost like it's an audition.
Hey, Seth. Seth, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, Ronnie?
Good, buddy.
All right. I'm just really happy to see O'Reilly getting his ass handed to him every once in a while because he's such a cock.
Well, I haven't seen, ever since the Letterman debacle when he went on Letterman's show and got pounded a little bit nationally, and then that got picked up by everybody else, it seems like he's been laying kind of low, Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, you haven't heard much out of him, like taking anyone on, until he was like trying to take on NBC.
Well,
here.
he was taking on Christmas, which no one was really taking too serious. The fact that, some evil forces were trying to do away with Christmas.
Heat miser.
Here's Derek. You're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, look, if y'all really want to make the country get great, y'all need to take all the Fox guys and put them in office. And Bill O'Reilly needs to be president because he's the greatest guy on earth.
Well, here's the deal. The Fox guys are already in office. The Karl Roves, the Dick Cheneys, the George Bushes, they're the guys. They're the Fox guys.
Congress.
Yeah.
That's what makes this country great.
All right, we're doing it then, right?
Yeah.
We couldn't be in better shape.
That's right.
All right, pal.
What's up?
All right, Walmart forever. 866-766-0339, 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. We're all doing it. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, you were talking about 80 shows earlier. Have
Yeah.
you seen the show Mad Money on CNBC?
Is that Jim Cramer's show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good God. I was flipping through channels, but you know what? It did make me stop, but that guy's fucking crazy. I think he's coked up.
He's actually... He did a radio show that would come on after us in JFK in D.C., and it didn't last very long on there. It didn't really transfer well to radio, and J-Dubs used to do a fucking great impression of him. And I think the show only lasted 2-3 months or something, because it was either the wrong time zone. But when he gets on TV and he starts to jump up and down, for whatever reason, he reminds me of that preacher, you know what I mean? From I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore, screaming in Network. So that seems to be his act.
Man, it was, damn it. I think it's more of the fact that he's an old bald guy and he's jumping around like he's like 15 or 14.
Well,
sleeves rolled up.
What really makes me laugh is he acts like it's all happening in real time, like he's on the computer while he's on TV, and he's just finding out about these stock tips that second, like the whole show isn't planned out. All right,
exactly.
See you later. So Jim Cramer's show, after not doing too well in radio before, now has been picked up by the free FMs, and he's going to have an hour show somewhere around middays. That's because of the heat of the TV show.
And the market will still be open at that point. The TV show, they try to make it look even crazier, I think, by the handheld camera. So it just looks even more insane.
I've always watched it like once or twice as I go across it. I've not tried to sit and watch the full, was it a 30-minute show?
Yeah, I think it's only a half hour.
Yeah, but he was screaming every time I've ever gone by it. He was just screaming. I don't know how to get over back on the radio again. I guess it's got to be as good as anything as they're doing on Free FM. I believe it's Al Dukes' move. I think it's another Al Dukes move.
Mad Money.
Here's Dan. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I got two observations today, guys. I think that if Keith Olbermann and Bill O'Reilly got into a debate, Bill O'Reilly would have about as much chance as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
Well, that's a new one. Thank you. I would like to see it. I'd like to see the two of them get down and headbutt a little bit. See where it went down. Fez, who are you picking?
I think Oberman would win.
Yeah. You one of those guys think he's one of the quicker guys on TV?
Yeah, I think he could handle himself.
Yeah. I don't know. What about you, Earl? You're an Oberman fan, too?
Oberman would destroy him.
Let's push for this. Let's find out who we've got to call. We'll line it up. We'll do it as a special. I'd like to watch it. It would make a lot more sense.
Just debating national affairs? Or just
have them say what they hate about each other. Just sit there and rip each other. Hey, Papa Joe. Papa Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Joe.
Going once, twice. We lost you, Joe. Here's Andrew. Andrew, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi there. This is Andrew from Texas. You're getting it all wrong. Yes, they are shock jocks. It's infotainment. It's not news anymore. There's never a discussion. There's never an opposite side unless you change channels. It's just two guys spouting off on their own channels the way they want to do, not giving any information, just loads of fluff and no substance. It's infotainment. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's the constant screaming that kind of gets to you in those kind of shows that just... It takes away anything that they're trying to do anymore. But, again, you've got to blame us because those are the shows that we will watch. Those are the shows that we'll check out.
So nothing different's going to be put on.
Nothing different at all.
Andrew, what part of Texas are you from with that accent?
I'm from Beaumont, Texas, the cancer capital of the states.
That's nothing you want to put on a billboard outside of town.
Oh, God. We have so many chemical plants here, it's unbelievable. Someone said when they visit, it smells like arse down here.
What kind of work you do down there?
I have a computer business down here.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. All right, talk to you later, bro. You can live anywhere with that, and look where he chooses. Hey, Gary. Gary, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, this is Garrett from Long Island. Hey, you guys are the greatest, but you're starting to lose me lately over some of these fucking comments you're making. Kramer is fantastic. It's an hour show. He doesn't make it try to look like he's real time. He's real knowledge. The guy's a multimillionaire.
Now, you miss... Here's what I don't understand. I don't understand how you miss anything that we said. I said that he tries to act like he's on the Internet that second and coming up with these thoughts, and it's not prepared when you know it's prepared what he's having to say.
But he's taking live calls, including live audio.
I didn't even bring that up. What I said is he acted like he's going to one Internet spot to the next. That's what I was talking about.
All right, Ronnie, but the guy is great, and he really does know his stuff. I mean, because he's had huge hands-on experience.
866-RON-0-FEZ. That's 866-766-0339.
Hey, Ian. Ian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey,
Ian.
Ian.
What's up, hey, guys, what's up? First off, Overman, I have a friend who worked for MSNBC this summer. He said Overman's an absolute cock. And so, I mean, I don't think, and then when it comes to an actual debate, O'Reilly, the only people who ever beat O'Reilly on his show are the people who don't use his rules. They go out of they argue about the stupidest things. They go off on tangents, and they don't stick to the subject matter. So I think O'Reilly would absolutely kill Overman in a debate. See you guys later.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I would just like to see the fight. I'm not the big Keith Olbermann fan that you guys are anyway. I watched the show, and it seems to be a little sneery, a little smirky for me personally. Hey, Todd, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Maha Bone.
Maha.
Hey, I'm so happy I finally found you guys on XM. I've missed you guys for the last 10 years, and that's good to be. Good you guys,
Oh, that's great to hear, man.
Hey, thanks. Hey, O'Reilly's a punk. Man, he can pretty much control the content of whatever's going on, and it's so easy for him to switch subjects, so he can make anyone look like an idiot. But I'm sure if he went against Overman, I mean, Overman would kill him.
I haven't watched O'Reilly for a while. I rarely catch any of Overman's show, but I would watch the two of them sit down and work this thing out. And it does seem like it's just popping. It's just popping anymore. Hey, Rick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron Fez, what's up?
Hey.
Miss Ric Flair Fez, sorry. Jesus, I'm sorry about that. The one thing I wanted to ask you guys, Ron, I know that you're big into the music scene. Do you remember the old band, the Dead Kennedys?
Sure.
You remember Jello Biafra?
Sure.
Jello Biafra is heavily into the anti-censorship movement and against people like Bill O'Reilly and the Fox News Network. Have you guys ever thought about trying to bring him onto your show?
Earl right now tried to hook up Fez with the booking agent to tell him what we had. And what, did it get to be an ugly story, Fez?
Well, it was just an uncomfortable thing. Earl was insisting on me giving a date when we could go meet with the booking guy.
I thought they were coming over here, Earl.
Yes, they are coming in. I didn't insist on a date. I just introduced them.
Uh-huh.
No, you insisted on a date, Earl.
Well, I thought it was going to be today. They were just going to stop by after the show.
No, we didn't lock down a date yet.
What's to be locked down, Earl?
No, we hadn't agreed on a date yet.
Right, that's what I mean. But what's the big deal about it?
No, it's just they just wanted to say hello, matched in faces.
Yes,
with
why
them.
haven't they come by?
No, because you hadn't given me a date on what would be good for you guys.
Okay, how about today?
Okay, I'll give them a call today.
Great.
Have them come over.
All right. Here is Buggy. Buggy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Just heard you talking about the O'Reilly and Olbermann thing, and I work for MSNBC. I see Keith Olbermann pretty much every day. In person, he's an asshole. He is the biggest asshole.
What's he doing that makes him such an asshole?
Oh, he's very pompous. Like some people have, like you had said, you see him as being pompous. He's just he is very smarmy and very pompous, and he's just really cruel to his staff.
Yeah, I kind of have that feeling about him. I don't know what it is, and maybe it's just a prejudice, but he does seem like he thinks he's a little above it all. Again, if that's what it's going to be, though, I'd pick him over O'Reilly.
Yes, I agree.
If I got one or the other. We seem like we got a lot of inside people at MSNBC. That's all I've ever wanted, Earl. Inside people listening to the show. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, that Kramer guy is absolutely unwatchable. I defy you to find anyone that has watched more than 5 minutes of that show.
I think the show has done pretty good for him on what's it on CNBC?
CNBC.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you cannot watch more than 5 minutes of that guy without turning it. He's just too annoying. I think the guy's going to have a heart attack on set. My question is, can you watch anything on cable these days for more than 15 minutes?
I have problems. I have every channel I could possibly have. I have trouble even finding fucking movies on cable anymore. It's driving me crazy how bad TV is.
24-hour news, and you can't watch any of it because it's just, like you said, it's all leaning one way or the other, and they just want to fight and yell and scream. It's the worst.
The worst feeling is when you turn on, like, the cable guide or whatever on your TV, and you're scrolling through it, and you work your way back to the top of it again, and you have found nothing to watch.
Around the horn, baby. That's why I listen to Ron and Fez.
I will do that so many different times over the course of just trying to find a show. Just bleep, bing, 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 one after another.
Then I go back like to the top of the movies where those listings start, just to see if maybe there was something I missed.
Yeah. Just awful right now. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
Go ahead,
hey,
buddy.
Ron, wanted to just remind you that XM, Kramer's on your own XM station there, buddy.
Well, a lot of people are on XM.
But he does real well. And, Fezzy might want to start following some of his picks just so he can do better than his Super Bowl picks.
I had to give Fez just the thing where he's going through his picks for a half an hour, just screaming things out one after another. It just seems like Kramer is the new biggest thing in the country, Fez. Here's Tim, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies. Been listening to you guys since '99, man.
How are you, pal?
All right. Very good, very good. Hey, man, Kramer, what are you guys talking about Kramer, man? He's the best fucking part of Seinfeld, man.
Well, you can't beat that, Fez.
No, Cosmo Kramer.
Yeah.
See ya.
If Kramer, if you're going to have to watch a show out of everybody on Seinfeld, I think it would be Kramer. Now, the Friends guy's got a new show coming out, Fez?
Yeah, Matthew Perry, he who played Chandler Bing on Friends, he's returning to NBC with a new sitcom where he works behind the scene of like a Saturday Night Live type variety show. So that'll be his new sitcom when he returns to NBC.
Give him a hit or miss on that, Fezzy. What do you got for him?
I think it's going to be a miss. People aren't going to accept Matthew Perry as anything but Chandler Bing. And I think what's going to happen is a Friends TV curse continues, where Joey got canceled, yanked off the air. Lisa Kudrow played Phoebe. Her show didn't work on HBO.
Nobody has made even a slight success since they left. Any kind of movie success?
I guess Jennifer Aniston doing the movies.
Have they been hits, though?
No, they haven't been hits. And Courtney Cox, I think she had kids and is, like, producing stuff. We never saw Ross again. And that Joey was just dismal. I mean, it lasted a couple seasons on NBC. But, man, it just kept getting worse and worse. And they would revamp it constantly with, like, a new neighbor or have him make it big in Hollywood. And finally, they just had to chuck the thing. Joey didn't work on must-see TV Thursday night.
What happened to that story you told us not too long ago that they were going to bring Friends back to do specials?
Yeah, it's. I haven't heard anything more about that. We had heard that.
Is it just a rumor? It didn't really happen?
I guess it was just a rumor, but I thought there was, like, NBC people commenting on that or Warner Brothers people.
Hey, Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, I miss XM Earl.
I miss XM Earl, too. I got to get him back.
Yeah, you really do. But I got to agree with you on television being completely awful. It is unwatchable. But on the news point, I got to think it's a little give and take between the news corporations and the audience. As in does life imitate art? Does art imitate life?
Oh, I agree with you. And we brought this up yesterday about why, we aren't really seeing a lot of stuff about the troops. It's because the audience really doesn't want it. They would rather have people scream.
Well, you know what? And to somewhat piggyback, I just came back from the Sandbox a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And you're right in that we're not seeing the full story on both the good side and the bad side. But TV just blows, man.
Yeah, it does. There's no way that you can't say. And let me tell you something. I mean, we've got enough channels out there, right? We can't have just a couple where people, you're not worrying about this thing getting a fucking 30 share, and it could just be. I'll give an example. I went out the other night to see Tom Wolfe. Pete Hamill, the writer, is there, right? Tom Wolfe is a conservative. Pete Hamill is a liberal. And at different points of this discussion, they started to talk with each other. Both guys are fucking brilliant. They didn't scream at each other. They had disagreements about topic. Neither one of them thought that the world was going to hell in a handbasket or the country was going to hell in a handbasket, or if somebody got in, everything was going to be fucking ruined. It was two smart people, two people smarter than anyone else in the room, and you're better off fucking listening to those guys and maybe missing things here and there than you are of two fucking guys that you're at least as smart as, but they're screaming at each other.
That doesn't hold the attention span for the majority of people that watch TV.
Obviously, it doesn't hold the attention span. But don't you think something like that should be out there? That more people are going to watch, like, Leno, but Charlie Rose. But we're better off having a fucking Charlie Rose in the world?
That would be great to have something like that. And then, where it's actual sentences and not just real quick sound bites of, we won't wait to get hit again.
Jamie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I think the Matthew Perry thing, now that Fez has put the nix on it being a loser, is going to definitely turn it around. We're probably going to have a hit on our hands.
You think because Fez's kibosh turns it around, it's just the opposite. It's the, yeah.
Everyone wants the curse of Fez so they can be successful.
What we really need to do is have Fez bet on it. Just bet that the thing is not going to work out. Hey, David, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Miss Fezzy.
I miss him, too.
Yeah. We were talking about Matthew Perry and Friends stars doing any kind of TV shows or movies. Man, Matthew Perry made one of the funniest movies I think I've ever seen, The Whole 9 Yards. That movie was just drop-dead hilarious. I almost pissed my pants when I watched that movie.
Well, I am going to disagree with that. It was so funny, but if the person who kind of probably would get credit for that movie would be Bruce Willis for being the bigger movie star.
You're right.
You know.
Matthew Perry made that movie funny as hell, man. He's the one that made that movie.
Now, did you see Whole 10 Yards? Did you?
Yeah, it ain't as good.
Yeah, I couldn't tell the difference.
Every yard, you lose a little bit more.
I saw both of them, and I thought that they were equal.
You saw the whole 19 yards?
Yeah, I did. I saw 19 yards of unfunny. All right, talk to you later, buddy.
And his character in that movie should be Chandler Bing. because that's exactly what he's doing.
Well, 99% of people, that's who they play. They play some variation of this self. Vince Vaughn does it. Owen Wilson does it. Ben Stiller does it. There's very few Dustin Hoffmans that are out there. Oh, my God, is that Meryl Streep? I didn't even know it until halfway through. 99% of the people, they find one character and they just go with it. Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, how you doing? Hey, this book, O'Reilly for Kids.
Yeah.
When do I get my money back for it?
Why is that?
Well, if everybody wants money back from Mr. Million Little Pieces for lying in his book, O'Reilly and his values aren't really appropriate for my daughter.
I don't know. I never seen the book. I can't imagine that anyone even bought it for their kids. Even if you were a big fan, I have a hard time believing that some kid is going to be able to read O'Reilly for Kids. Michael J. Fox, maybe.
How would you like to be a kid and open that at your birthday party? Thanks for fucking nothing. Gee whiz.
Oh, Grandma, it's O'Reilly for Kids.
And James Fry, he's been dumped by his agent, Brillstein Gray.
Why don't they just tie this guy to a fucking truck and drive him around town?
And I think it's Warner Brothers that is having second thoughts on his movie deal.
Oh, the movie is not going to happen. The movie is definitely not going to happen. He still got paid for it, but there's no way that thing's going to go down. Now, to go back to the Tom Wolfe, Pete Hamill thing, again, two great writers from New Journalism all, and I saw them talk the other night. They were saying, you want to be as truthful as you can, but every memoir has lies in it. Every fucking one that's ever been done will have a lie in it. It's just the nature of humanity. Neither one of them had read the Fry book, and I think Fry's biggest mistake is for looking like such a big pussy on his way into this. Of going, maybe just part of my problem is I invented a tough persona of myself. I don't know. Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Just wanted to comment. The guy who played Ross was in that Band of Brothers thing, that HBO series. I don't know if you guys saw that, but, not that he was that was definitely a bunch of people in it, but it was out of character for him, and he did a pretty good job in that show.
I saw Band of Allman Brothers. I fucking love those guys.
Good?
Oh. Turn your lamp down low. Here's Jonesy. Jonesy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, back to this Bill O'Reilly thing. That dude is a hypocrite, and he thinks he's God. You remember when he tried to end Ludacris's Pepsi deal?
Oh, yeah. He had a problem with Ludacris, like Ludacris was the worst person in the world.
And how can Pepsi use this person as their spokesperson?
Yeah.
Was that right before a Super Bowl?
I got
Pepsi commercials?
I remember that O'Reilly was the last person in America using the term gangster rap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, thanks, guys. Punching out.
See you later. Remember when we used to have that piece we used to play all the time at JFK that was him actually reading the lyrics? It was hysterical. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Ron and Fez.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, The Ron and Fez Show.
XM 202.
It's the adventures of the Gumshoe Gang, the world's worst kids detective agency. Today's episode, the Decathlon of Death.
Gee, Ralphie, I'm so excited about the big track meet tomorrow. With Jimmy on our team, we're sure to win.
Don't get too excited yet, Butterball. I have a suspicious feeling about this Jimmy.
What are you talking about, Ralphie?
Have you ever noticed Jimmy wins all the events he ever enters?
Sure, Jimmy's the best.
The best? Or the best at cheating?
Cheating? Jimmy? Are you sure, Ralphie?
I'm sure, Butterball. I saw that character in the nurse's office, and she was giving him a shot.
Ralphie, you mean?
That's right, Butterball. Jimmy, the big track star, is on steroids. And if we don't stop him from winning that track meet tomorrow, well, he'll be sending out a message to kids that it's okay to use steroids.
Then it looks like this is a job for the Gumshoe Gang.
The very next day, at the big track meet,
there's Jimmy. You distract him, Butterball. I'll make sure he never even starts that race.
Right, Ralphie. Hey, Jimmy, Good luck today, pal.
Gee, thanks, Butterball. You too.
I can't distract him anymore. Grab him now, Ralphie.
Jimmy, your cheating days are over, you mug. You steroid freak. Ralphie, what are you doing? Ow, let go. Butterball, the steroids have made him too strong for me. Hand me something.
All I got is this javelin.
Throw it.
Ow! Oh, I only hit him in the thigh, Ralphie. He's still struggling.
Find something else. He's in a roid rage.
Here, Ralphie. Here's the starter pistol.
Great job, Butterball. That did it. Good work.
Ralphie, Butterball, what's going on here? What happened to Jimmy?
Don't worry, Coach Earl. Ralphie found out that Jimmy was using performance-enhancing drugs, and we stabbed and shot him before he could even cheat at this track meet.
Yeah, that's right. I saw the school nurse giving him a steroid injection. She's in on it too, Coach Earl.
Boys, Jimmy wasn't on steroids. He's diabetic. The nurse was giving him a shot of insulin. Now go to the principal's office immediately.
We're sorry. Gee, Ralphie, who could have known? That Jimmy was really fast for a diabetic.
Hold it, Butterball. Look over there on the baseball field. Petey, our star baseball player, just happened to hit yet another home run.
Ralphie, you mean?
That's right, Butterball. I hope you still got that starter pistol, because it looks like another job for
the Gumshoe Gang!
Yeah, there they go. Gumshoe Gang kids, Fezzy, they're at it again.
Those kids are always in trouble.
Well, they're irrepressible. That's what they are right now, is irrepressible, those kids.
Lindsay Lohan takes another trip to the hospital.
Thank God. I thought a show was going to go by without you saying the word Lindsay Lohan to me.
Including the words hospital as well. This time, she cuts her leg up, dropping a teacup that shatters as she's getting out of Bryan Adams' shower at his home in London.
This sounds like some improv group. This is what the audience would yell for them to start. All right, you've cut your leg.
We need a location.
You're in a shower in London at Bryan Adams' house. Go with it.
My leg! My leg!
So I swear, we should actually just keep some sort of record. Like, you know how they have, like, in a factory or something to sign up how many days without an accident?
Yeah, and if you can go long enough, Fez, you get pizza. If you don't have I used to work in those places, and if you could do something like you can go 3 months without a major accident, they'll give you a pizza lunch.
We had a sign like that in the kitchen at Red Lobster, but I don't remember any sort of reward for it.
Well, you would have got lobster.
That would have been nice. So again, she's in the news one more time for something that's just bad news.
Yeah, well, no one fucking believes it. I'm drinking tea in the shower at Bryan Adams' house.
People would think I was nuts if I told that story.
Hey, plug Opie's brother's new joint, too, Fez. You got that card handed to you this morning. You have it over there? Yeah. Here it is.
Oh.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's right. F.H. Riley's, 400 New York Avenue in Huntington, New York. Opening tonight. Tonight you can start getting food. The restaurant is open for business, and Opie's going to be there right before the Islanders game.
It's a place for pests. It's a gathering place for pests.
Do you really want to put that in your brochure?
It just seems like trouble.
Or if that gets written up in Zagat's?
Yeah.
A place for pests.
It just, to me, it seems like... hey, you're a lucky winner of Yankees tickets, you know, and then everyone shows up and the FBI comes in at the same time.
So it's F.H. Riley's, and that is in Huntington, New York. Tonight, Opie's going to be there for the grand opening.
It should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun all the way around.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a pyro gene? Like, is there some sort of fire-starting gene that people have inside of them?
All right, let me think about this a little. So people that are overly attracted to fire, is that psychological or genetic? Because I think that we're all drawn to fire. I think here's my reasoning, too. You know how, like, when you go out camping, you like to, you know, play with the fire, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
You don't do it at your house unless you have a fireplace, then you get obsessed. I think it's our connection to the sun. I think we, on some cellular level, we see
the sun and fire connected. We want to control the sun. We want to touch the sun. That's why we love fire. Now, is that genetic or psychological? I'm going to say it's more psychological, because some kids go too far with it.
I wondered because my cousin was such a fire starter when we were kids.
Everybody had a friend who was a fire starter.
He was constantly starting fires.
Uh-huh.
Always in trouble.
Right.
Burned down the neighbor's tool shed.
Mm-hmm.
They find his kid.
Burned up?
Not burned up, but burning with a pack of matches and burning leaves out in the backyard. Just setting leaves on fire, playing with matches. And I'm just thinking, wow, that's kind of weird. Or is it just, hey, like a family might have an alcoholic gene or a cancer gene or something?
Right.
Is that getting passed along to this next generation of fire-burning Watleys?
I'll give you another one. This was going to, I don't know whether you remember this from NEW. Our own Earl, the exact opposite of a pyromaniac, Earl cannot light a match. He can light a lighter, cannot light a match. You're afraid of fire, Earl?
I don't know what it is. It's something psychological. It's just like...
Have you ever built like a fire, like camping? Black people don't camp, do they?
No, I went camping like in 5th grade or something. But even then, I would not go near the fire. I was so afraid of just... I don't know. I'm afraid of getting burnt up. I used to have nightmares and all this stuff about... I think that's my greatest fear is getting burnt up.
Yeah, and it's not... no one really wants to do it. I had a buddy when we were little, fucking fire starter, always playing, and then he would, as we were walking down the street, he would flick matches into weeds, so we'd be like half a block away, and you turn around, there'd be this big fucking fire. We'd start running, or else one time we went back and put it out like heroes.
Oh,
so
nice.
that the neighbor lady come out, what happened? There was a fire here. Because putting the fire out when a kid is just so exciting.
I remember a friend of mine, he used to love like fire and firecrackers until one day another friend of ours, they put firecrackers in his back pocket and lit the match, and lit the fuse, literally blew his ass cheek off.
Yeah.
Could not look at a match anymore, much less a fire.
Or an ass.
I mean, he was just, you showed him, a guy will pull out a lighter, he would just freak out and start running like a lunatic.
Yeah. When I was in the hospital, I was like in 5th grade, and one of the kids on my ward had tried to make a homemade bomb, fucking went off in his face, so he became one of those melted face kids, like, when I really thought I would have enough time to get away, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, man, that guy's still fucking dealing with it all these years later.
Yeah, you got the rest of your life now to deal with melted face.
Oh, man, that can't be easy. Here's Ryan. Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, about 10 years ago, my parents sent me to a rehab, and it's pretty funny times. But they were asking me, like, a lot of questions there, and it was a psychological place and whatever. And they were asking about, like, if I like to start fires, if I had an attraction to fires, or if I like to play with feces, and it was, like, a ton of questions. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And I asked them, I was like, why? Who has these traits?
I'm
They're
a
like,
feces starter.
It's like, yeah, right. And it had been people that had been molested, like sexually molested. And then whenever I got a roommate, it was like this retarded kid.
All right, hold on. Let's go back. Why were you in this thing? Why were you asked about fire and shit?
Oh, no.
Which was a great James Taylor song.
It was just a whole list of things that they had to ask, apparently. I just like to drink, and it was like an after-school special thing.
I see. So they wanted to see everything. So right. So they think that people that were abused start fires?
Right. And, I ended up with this retarded roommate that like, set his garage on fire, and apparently he'd been molested retarded. I don't know.
All right, thank you very much. I had no idea that one. Now it makes me wonder about my little buddy, 866-RUN-0-FEZ. Or in your family, the chain of abuse just goes on and on, Fez.
Yeah.
Your uncle was abused, then you, and now your nephew. We'll get into some of this. Little John, he's O&A's intern, but he likes to hang around with us now since he's been hypnotized. He says he has a fire story, and I think everybody does from when they were younger. You get caught up in so many of these fire things. What happened with you, Little John? Did you do it? Did your friend do it?
No, this one was all me.
Uh-huh.
Around the time I was in the 6th grade, I believe.
Yeah.
I set a cat on fire.
No, how did the cat get set on fire?
Well, originally we thought it was dead.
Right.
So we just saw the body lying on the ground in the woods, and it was my bright idea to to take the tail and just light it on fire.
Right.
Well, little did I know the cat was just sleeping, so here
How
I
do
am.
you not tell a sleeping cat from a dead cat?
Right.
The tail's not stiff.
It didn't look like it was breathing, so I took the lighter to the tail. Next thing I know, the tail's on fire and the cat's running.
Now, were you horrified or you cracking up?
It was pretty funny.
You loved it, right? Yeah. That's the thing.
Were you lighting stuff on fire before you moved to living things?
Every little kid is like the Khmer Rouge. Every little kid could be turned into a killer in a heartbeat. Hey, Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron Fez.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we got into trouble lighting stuff. But one of my buddies, his uncle was in Vietnam, and he taught him how to make napalm. So we made it out of gasoline and Tide detergent, stuck it on a bag, and it ferment for about 3 days, and then lit it. And basically, it's just like sticky, flint, like the most flammable stuff you can really ever touch. So we tried to get it out by beating it with bats, and the stuff got all over it. I still got scars on my legs from where it burned. But I would
I'm just gonna rush from that pain.
I would say to everybody, don't do that.
Yeah, don't, kids. Don't, hey, don't try to make your own napalm, everybody. Not a good thing. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Mike, what do you got, buddy?
Oh, you got to hear this. I'm just like Ronnie. I started a couple dumpsters on fire, flicking matches here and there, of course, bushes, all that. We started the, the little golf houses that have water and stuff in them for golfers?
Yeah.
On the golf course? Yeah, we started that on fire. But the icing on the cake is I was huffing some propane gas in my car and decided to light a doobie, and the rest is history.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Blew up everything?
It blew it up just like a grill. I could send you guys some pictures.
Yeah. I've had that thing where I've had, like, the grill shut, and didn't know that there was a fire inside. Then when you pull it up, just that fireball pops out. And you know how in the movies where you're out running, the fireball and it's chasing you?
Right.
Can't happen. You cannot. There's no one as fast as that. It's on you. It'll burn all the hair off your hand in an instant. Before you can make a move, pull back, whatever. Fire just jumps on you. Just jumps on you. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I meant Dickless Fez.
Huh?
Mrs. Dickless Fez.
Yeah, I understood what he said.
Okay.
I just want to ask a quick question for Earl.
Make him feel
How was
awkward.
Earl afraid of fire? He was a fire marshal at NEW.
Earl was more of a fire spotter, where it was his job. He would sit up high in one of those big things looking for fires in the distance.
No, Pete Johnson was the official fire marshal. I was his assistant.
But then what happened that time with O&A where the building was on fire?
I ran through the hallways. I said, everyone get out. And
you don't say it to the guys on air.
No, I went to everyone. I said, we need to get out of here now. And I think Anthony was sort of like, hey, I want to watch this. I'm like, come on, guys, we got to go.
That's not the story I heard from him. He said he looked out 9 stories down and you were looking back up from the street.
No, I ran through the hallways. I told everyone to get out of the building. And no one wanted to leave.
You shoved sales ladies down to save yourself. And you and Pete Johnson, that had to be like the Little Rascals volunteer fire department.
Just terrible. Here's Ed. Ed, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, I understand Earl being afraid of fire and all, but tell him, man, not every fire's got a cross in it.
Good point. There you go. You don't have to be afraid of all fire, Earl. It can be used for cooking our foods or heating our homes.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
You want to light a match? Try and light a match today? Can you do it?
I think I can now. What I did was a while ago, the pilot light on the stove blew out.
Yeah.
So I had to light a match, and my hands were shaking. I was just trying to fight that fear.
Now you can light a lighter, right?
No, I never lit a lighter before.
All right, come on over here now. Let's see it first with a lighter.
Earl has a horrible fire phobia.
Why wouldn't he, Fez? After all he's been through.
And cannot light a match. Gonna attempt to light a lighter.
Just like that, Earl. Off you go. Now watch, because a lot of times, that one, I've already run some so that it'll come back up your arm. Yeah, you want to pull.
So there's a chance I might set myself on fire.
Yeah, you can with that one, too. All right, go ahead, do it. Ready?
Look at me, I'm shaking.
You're shaking.
I can't do
from
it.
a lighter.
Your palm sweat is going to put it out.
No, this is freaking me out. This is
All right,
totally...
here's what to do. Take the lighter. I'm going to take the lighter. Now, I'm going to light it, but I want you to hold this in your mouth like this, and we'll light it that way. So you're just having fire close to your face.
But that'll burn my face.
I know. Right. Here's what to do.
He cannot do
He
it.
can't do it. He can't light a lighter.
He gets so nervous if it even starts to spark. He can't even get that far in the process.
You flick it on like this, Earl, and then you catch it. Here's the fire, scarecrow. What if we did this? If we wrapped you in cotton and lit a fire? All right, Little John, see if you can find some matches in here, because I don't have
I'll take a look.
Yeah. So you've never even smoked in your life, Earl, because of your fear of fire.
No, it was weird because my father was a smoker for about 12 years or so, and
were you burned as a kid?
I don't remember.
You never played with his matches or anything?
No, not at all. No, we were always brought up never play with matches. You'll burn the house down.
Well, everyone was.
Is your worst nightmare that white? What do you call it? That white? What the hell are they called? The band that blew up the place?
Oh,
White Line. Great White.
Great White show. Was that the worst thing?
That I was trembling when I saw that because it happened so fast.
Boom, like that.
It
man.
was just. Everyone thought it was part of the stage show, and the next thing, the whole anything.
Here's what freaked me out about that story. How many times have you been in that situation? That club.
A million
it's
times.
Packed. You're underground. There's the one stairway to get out.
How many? A million times.
And just no way to get out.
And oh God, I'm shaking just thinking about it.
That band manager, he's going to plead guilty to 100 counts of manslaughter in exchange for no more than 10 years in prison.
What do you think, Fez?
I think he's getting off really, really easy.
Is it his fault though? It's not the club's fault. It's
well, they went after him because he was the one who actually lit it. He started the fire in the building.
But as he had done in 100 other shows, 1,000 other shows.
Yeah, he's saying that he had permission to do it, to start the fire. He's sticking by that story, even though the owners of the club are saying no way he didn't.
You never need pyro in a club situation, though.
Yeah, I think the club has to bear some responsibility.
I gotta agree with you.
Sprinklers.
Somebody,
you got to adhere to fire codes.
Yeah, and you got to know how to get people in and out. You really do. But most places that I go, I'm one of the people who check out the fire exits. You know how most people don't go, hey, I always check out just to see where they are.
After that happened, that's the first thing I look for when I walk in. I'm like, how do I get out? Or I'll even go further. I'll stand by the door. I'll watch the show by the door.
Yeah.
So if anything does happen, boom, I'm right out the door.
Well, I've done things like that, too. When it's a really packed place, I'm like, well, but it's more of claustrophobia, just more than, fear of fires. But I like, if I'm going somewhere, I'd rather sit on the aisle. I don't have to. But it's way more comfortable to me to sit on the aisle, know where the exit is, if it's time to get out. But see, my grandfather was a fireman, and used to, when I was a little kid, every time he was drinking, he would start telling horror stories, fire horror stories, and that would make me swear that I would dive out my window before I burned. All right, here you are with matches, Earl, and you said you have lit that match when your pilot light went out, but it's a difficult thing for you.
Yeah, and I use the, what are those safety matches? And even still, I'm like... I'll wet
What's a safety match? I never even heard of that.
They're like these really long stems.
They won't burn down all the way down the stick?
Yeah,
what you do is they're long enough, you use them to light a grill with.
Oh, okay, you get some distance.
Yeah, in between.
And even then, I'm wiping my hands down with water. I'm a mess.
He's filled the tub with wet towels.
It's really an interesting phobia because... At one time, he would have died, and unless you mastered on how to do fire yourself. In a modern society, people will cook food for you, things happen for you. You don't have to start fires.
No, they make these fire starters now where you hold it by the handle, and it's just this long stem.
Yeah, again, for a grill.
Right.
Yeah, all those things are for grills.
And I'm probably going to buy, because I just can't do it.
Yeah, it's too tough for you.
What did you do on 4th of July?
I hated firecrackers on the 4th. I didn't.
You never lit a sparkler or anything?
No, because I was too afraid of
he can't light a match. You think he's going to be comfortable with a sparkler?
I'd like to see him.
He's not. I mean, Fez, you're a guy who knows phobias. He's not fucking kidding. He's petrified of this. All right, Earl, let's see you light that match. You got to put a little oomph into it. It's just so lightly he's drawing across.
Well, every time he tries to strike it, he
Yeah.
puts his hands away from him real fast.
Oh, I mean,
to get
look
the
at
match
me.
Yeah, I
away.
see that you're
I'm a
shaking.
mess.
Yeah, you're just shaking.
And I don't have any phobia. I don't have that many phobias.
Well, you got this one.
I have this one now.
Well, this is a big one in your life.
He's putting no pressure. He's trying to do it. There's no pressure at all going down.
He hopes the match will light with no heat or light whatsoever.
All right, Earl, we should. This is one of the things that you could have done when you're hypnotized. When you come out of that thing, you'll be pyro. You'll be lighting yourself on fire at,
No, but
fairs.
here's the deal. Like, if they're wooden match, if they're the wood ones,
Yeah.
I'm remotely fine. Matches, you see what I'm a mess.
What are you afraid the paper stick's gonna just go up so fast?
Yeah, just like whoop, right up and just.
It's gonna climb your arm.
I don't know. Maybe it's the Richard Pryor deal, where I just got afraid of.
All right, I'm gonna light the match for you, and then you hold it. You take it and hold it, okay?
There we go. Well, baby step you here,
We
Earl.
got a lit match. Go ahead, Earl. Take it.
It's lit.
Take it. Burn it down. Look at his hand, Fezzy.
Oh my gosh!
Look at his
It's
hand
not gonna hurt
shaking.
you, Earl.
Look at his hand shaking. Because you wouldn't take it away, it's burning down too far. Take it at the bottom. At the bottom, it's burning fast.
Earl, get the match before it goes.
All right, it's burning out, Earl. You're about to burn my fingers up. Did you see the way his hand was shaking?
Just jittery as can be. Nervous wreck.
Here's East Side. East Side, you're on the air, buddy.
Buddies.
Yeah.
I had a thing where when I was a kid, every time I saw a movie with fire in it, I would try and simulate it on one of my action figures.
Mm-hmm.
And after seeing Raiders of the Lost Ark, if you recall, there's that one creepy Nazi with glasses and a black suit.
Sure.
And he gets his hand burned when he tries to touch the medallion. So I took we had like one of those big lighters that you light a grill with. And this is as a like 6-year-old child. And I just torched his whole entire hand. And my mom was absolutely horrified. And so she took the lighter away from me. But then I wanted to simulate him getting melted at the end. And so I put him in the microwave. So that wasn't very
I was obsessed with melting stuff, too, at one age, where I just loved it. And you asked if it's genetic. I will say I do believe it's more boys than girls. I think there's occasional girl like that, but there's something about boys, about destroying and burning, and it's just in that code.
You're right. You never hear about a girl pyro.
The stupidest thing I ever did was to simulate Boba Fett's jetpack. I took a bottleneck firecracker and taped it to my Boba Fett action figure, and then I lit him off because I wanted him. I wanted to pretend it was Return of the Jedi. I forgot that it was inside. And so indoors, I lit him up, and he crashed right into the couch, and the couch started to go on fire a little bit.
And then after that, he said, "Is that all there is to a fire?
Bye, buddy.
Is that all there is?" All right, thanks, Eastside.
Surprised his parents didn't put him away.
Here is, let's go to Nick. Nick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, I miss Super Bowl Fez.
Yeah.
I had it bad when I was a kid. I burned everything. Me and my friends burned down the side of the Garden State Parkway one time in the woods. But the real big thing was one day when I was playing around with napkins in my kitchen when I was I'd say about 10 years old, I would light a napkin on the stove, and then I would look at it burn, and then I'd put it out in the sink. Well, the one time I put it out in the sink, and then I threw it in the garbage, and then I left for school. When I came home from school that day, my mother...
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I want to hear the house was gone.
Yeah.
But the side of the kitchen wall and the refrigerator and everything burned.
Oh, so you did get that kind of fire. Hey, I got to tell you, though, my aunt, when I was a kid, Earl, was trying to start a pilot light with you, but the gas had got on. She had fucked with it, blew up in her face, fucking threw her all the way out of the house. Blew her out of the fucking house.
That's my biggest fear. Like, when I light it, I'll be like, leaning towards the other way, trying anything to avoid that big...
Putting it on a coat hanger.
The world's hard for you, isn't it, Earl? It's a hard world for you.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm got a slight aversion of fire, and
slight? You're a grown man,
petrified,
in your 30s, and you can't light a match.
But who
needs to light matches?
Yeah, I don't
Man
smoke.
just invented fire for no reason, Harold.
What if you're stuck outside somewhere? What if your ship goes down?
What if
you're
you
on an island?
You want to do a flaming shot or something?
Well, then...
He doesn't drink.
Oh, yeah.
Our Earl does not drink.
And I've become slightly claustrophobic, too.
Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies? Hey, I got a story for you guys. You got to bear with me. It was I was about 10 years old, and my mom just recently got married and had a baby, and so it was me, my mom, my little 3-year-old brother at the time, and the stepdad that I fucking hated. We went out to the woods, and we went to, like, this cabin, and, you know, I was like the fucking outcast because my mom got remarried, and you know, there's the new brother and stepdad. Well, the brother and the stepdad decided to find a frog. And the little brother's fucking playing with it and this and that. Well, they decided to go for a walk, and I was left alone at the house. So they put the frog in, like, this little Nike shoebox. And I'm just looking at this frog, and I don't know if this fucking frog had Jedi mind tricks or something, but I grabbed one of those barbecue lighters, and I just started fucking poking the frog with it and burning it. And I'm looking at this frog, and I swear to God, it was like my little brother's face, or it was like I just saw my stepdad just fucking, you know, sticking his mule in my mom, and I just kept burning it. And then they got back, and, you know, my brother was so excited to come through the stairs, run through the sliding glass door, was so excited to see his frog, and the fucking thing just laying there all black and charcoal. My stepdad is flipping out. He wouldn't even let me talk to my brother for like 2 weeks, and he wanted to put me in a mental institute. What do you think of that, boys?
Ryan, I'll say this. This is the scariest call we've ever taken in all of our years of doing radio. You've so mad about your mom remarrying that you take a lighter and burn the boy's pet frog until it's just a charcoal ash. And then you're shocked that they wanted to put you in a nut hut?
I'm voting along with the stepdad.
Same here.
You guys, I mean, be honest, though. I mean, you know, it was just one of those things. I'm over it. Never. It was a traumatic experience.
You are going to go to work one day and kill everybody.
No, come on, buddy. I sell shampoo for a living. Oh, am I going to throw a bottle at their head? Come on, boys.
I'm not. I cannot imagine such a maniac as you.
This stepdad had to be totally asking, what have I signed on for?
Hey, Watley, this Super Bowl, man, you're going to be the 12th man. It's going to be Watley on that jersey for the Seahawks,
There
buddy.
you go. That'd be great.
Grant, I got a frog burner in my corner.
All right, Ryan. Talk to you later.
One more thing, because I'm going to be off work and I won't be able to listen to you guys. Last night I had sleep insomnia, and if you don't think Chuck Norris is a fag, watch that Total Body Gym infomercial.
Okay. All
Nice
right.
out, buddies.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
Does it ever come up about you being a frog burner now that you're grown up?
No, I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never told this story. And
But the stepdad and the brother don't bring it up to you?
Never. I don't even talk to him anymore. I wonder why. You know,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
I never got more pets.
I'm sure. Thanks, man. I'm sure he's probably saying to the old lady, you tell that little frog burner of yours to stay away from my son.
Is the frog burner coming this Thanksgiving?
I don't want
to
that.
set a burnt place.
I don't want that frog burner in this house. I'm not going to be able to sleep with that frog burner next door.
That frog burner is my son.
Well, you might be a frog burner, too. So, you know, it's always like the worst thing you could do in a relationship is like when you bring up your chick's family. But I can't imagine, you know, because normally like that first big fight that you have with her, that you yell out, well, why don't you go home to your alcoholic dad? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not as drunk as your mom is. So those are always what really hurt.
How could you?
Yeah, exactly. But to do that about her kid, something that actually came from her body, that's really got to be over the top.
Yeah, I mean, the stepdad quarantined the little brother. I don't want any of that frog burning influence on you whatsoever.
I would be so fucking freaked out if I saw a little kid that was so mean that he fucking boiled a frog because he was upset about the world. That's scary shit.
Yeah, and just the slow, torturous death. I didn't like the shoebox on fire, so the frog just burned up.
Yeah.
Just kept going back with the lighter to it.
I mean, I'm no vegan, but I started to identify with the frog as I'm hearing this story.
What a look on the little brother's face when the shoebox was open that he had drilled the holes into and made a little home for his pet froggy.
You tell that frog burner of yours, I see him around my Danny, I'm going to go ape shit wild.
He is my frog burner.
What was that?
Don't worry what it was. Don't worry what it was. That's Earl having his way. Here's Wonka Vision. Wonka Vision, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, when I was in 7th grade, we used to go in the school bathroom in middle school, and we'd go up and lift up the ceiling panels and climb up in there and smoke cigarettes and stuff. And a buddy of mine thought it'd be a good idea to go get some big smoke bombs. So we went to this military supply store called Sergeant Bubby's in Galveston, Texas, and we grabbed these mammoth smoke bombs. And we went up there and dropped them between the crack of the wall, and we dropped about 3 of them in there. Each one of them said, "Fills 20,000 square feet with thick white smoke." And we climbed down, ran out, and of course it worked, and it actually started a fire, and we all got evacuated from the school, and it ended up burning down a third of the school.
So did you get busted?
Yeah, because they did a head count, and some kids were absent or something.
Oh, yeah,
of
course.
They thought some kids were dead, actually. And so they started pulling people in, and I went up to a teacher and I admitted it because I thought maybe we'd killed 2 people. But
yeah, those smoke bombs, it's not like you just crack them open and smoke comes out. There's fire creating that smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
And I mean, I don't know, because when I was a kid, we would have forts. Remember when you'd have forts in your neighborhood?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're starting a fort. And you always had a fire. And that shit would get fucking carried away where we would burn the woods down without meaning to.
You're just looking for the biggest thing you could burn on that fort fire.
Well, you just can't keep up with it. You know what I mean? Like, it could start small, but a nice wind gets going and you're in some kind of field, and the next thing you know, there's only one thing you could do as a kid. You try to fight it for a while, and then you just got to take off and run. You got to fucking run. And there's no worse feeling. You get back to your house, you're fucking in your bedroom, and then you just hear those fire trucks in the distance.
Oh.
And you're like, I cannot believe this shit. It's going right through you.
And you always carry that smoke smell with you. You could change your clothes, and they would still smell the smoke on you.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. I was a volunteer fireman for a long time, and there was this 12 or 13-year-old kid who had been scrapping it to a penthouse and then felt guilty, threw it in the fireplace, and then put the ashes in the trash can in the garage, burnt the entire garage down off of this house. He's standing out in the driveway explaining it to his preacher and his mother. And I don't know what's worse. You get caught scrapping it or burning your house down because of it.
All right, here's a weird thing about volunteer firemen. This volunteer fireman in my neighborhood when I was younger, they found out he was lighting garages on fire so that he could come over later with the truck and put them out.
Oh, nice. His own entertainment or his own heroics? Or...
Believe me when I tell you, Fez, it didn't show up as nice when it hit the papers. They had him like he was trying to kill people. And all I guess he wanted to do was take the truck out. But I bet a lot of pyros end up becoming firemen. Like they're interested.
Yep, that happens a lot, actually.
Yeah.
It's too much of a rush for them to get to drive the red lights on or whatever.
Yeah, it is a whole exciting gig there. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Chris, go ahead, buddy.
What up, BAC 2739?
Hoo-ah!
Yeah, I wanted to talk about when I was a kid, we used to play with fireworks all the time. And our resident, crazy kid, our resident frog burner, I guess, he threw a jumping jack into the air, and it flew into a building, an open window. And doing the mature thing, we all ran home. And later we came back acting all surprised, and the whole building burned down, and we never saw the kid again.
Yeah, that always happens to Mom. I think we got to move. I think we've got to move. Well, this buddy of mine, he only lived a couple things away. He must have lit 40 fucking places on fire when we were younger. So he was doing something at his house. It starts a fucking fire in his own house. Normally he's just old buildings, abandoned buildings on fire, the woods. Somehow he's fucking around. His own house catches on fire. We're like, I don't know, 7, something like that, 7 or 8, maybe 9 at the out. So, I see the fire trucks going past my own fucking house, stopping on my street. I go up. As soon as you see this fucking smoke pouring out of windows, like you don't see fire from the street, but you just see pouring smoke, They fucking catch the kid. He keeps running in and out of his house grabbing stuff. He was so caught up in it, like he's a fireman. You just see like an 8-year-old running out with an ottoman that he was trying. They're fucking grabbing him. I don't want you going back into the house. They were chasing a little boy who kept trying to run in and out of a fire.
It's amazing. Something you see only on television or whatever, then you see it in your own neighborhood. An actual fire going down. Just insane to kids.
We'll take a break. We're right back. And end the show. It's Ron and Fez.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, The Ron and Fez Show.
XM 202.
From Fez Watley's memoir, A Million Little Peaches. That was the summer I got back from martial arts camp in Japan. My sensei told me I was the youngest person ever to achieve the title of ninja. I rode my very cool boys' bike to the local health food store for a healthy snack of some kelp. On my way home, it happened. There I was confronted by 10 to 12 gang members, each carrying a dirty, hairy .44 Magnum. I don't know if they were Crips or Bloods or what. It all happened so fast. But I knew two things. They wanted my bike, and they meant business. My first instinct was to reason with them. Knowing my extensive training, the last thing I wanted to do was to go too far and kill one of these punks. When I tried talking to the leader of this gang, his breath smelt like whiskey and hot piss. He knocked my kelp right out of my hand. So much for those healthy antioxidants. Then came the struggle for my boy's bike. I did what I had to do. I broke the handlebars off my own bike and fashioned them into a crude homemade pair of nunchucks. What happened next is pretty much a blur. I took out the leader quick with a strike to the throat. The toady behind him was next. A roundhouse kick and a pair of handlebar nunchucks to the skull later. He was down. The other 15? Well, that was just for fun. By then, the cops had showed up, man. It must have looked pretty bad, with about 20 punks laying there, in their own blood, shit, and semen, moaning. And me standing over them, wearing nothing but my nunchucks and a smile. I did time for that one. Big time. 10 long years in the state pen. It was worth it.
Yeah, there's Fezzi's brand new book, A Million Little Peaches.
Yeah, my literary agent has dropped me, I found out.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen next.
Maybe too heavy. What else is going on in the world, Fezzi?
Congratulations.
Thank you. I didn't think I was going to be able to achieve it, and then I did.
This is for Sonia Thomas, the competitive eater, better known as the Black Widow.
Oh, yeah, the little Asian girl from Alexandria, Virginia.
Exactly. She picks up another world championship yesterday in Times Square.
Woo!
She won the World Grilled Cheese Eating Championship.
That one seems to go around a lot.
Yeah, she ate 26 grilled cheese sandwiches in 10 minutes.
And she weighs less than 100 pounds, Fez.
Yeah, that is the amazing thing. That she is just stuffing herself with that food, and tiny as can be.
I'll tell you what, if she wants to, let's do this. Get her into a spunk guzzling contest. Her against Fezzi. I'll put my money on the big man.
The White Widow against the Black Widow. Just bring it on. I'm ready, Sonia Thomas.
No. Well, it's one thing you've practiced.
According to the DEA, Colombian drug smugglers were using puppies to mule their heroin into the country.
Are you sure they weren't using mules to puppy their heroin into the country?
No, I checked it a couple times to make sure.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so adorable.
So they were cutting open the puppy's stomachs, filling them with plastic packets of liquid heroin, and then sewing the dogs back up.
Finally, a dog I could love.
This might be the new cute kids cartoon, Heroin Puppies. Hey kids, it's Smack Dogs.
Oh, look what Naughty. Get over here, Naughty. Why is he scratching? Slightly scratching.
I need a fix.
You watch the puppy take that, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, shuffle. The whole world is just a sailboat when you're doing heroin. You're just always trying to find your sea legs.
Ruh-roh.
That's really cute. Now, how did they end up finding them?
I don't know how they found him.
Why is this puppy cut open?
And a couple of the puppies, they have died since their wounds got infected. And the other ones, they're going to be all right, and I guess they're going to be ready for adoption if anyone wants a heroin puppy.
Who doesn't?
Contact the Drug Enforcement Agency. And Survivor returns tonight for your TiVo alert.
Are you going to watch this year, Fez?
Yeah, I'm going to check out Survivor Panama Exile Island.
You're going to end up missing Celebrity Dancing then.
Oh, that's right. The dance-off is, that thing's got to be winding down. They're probably down to like 5-6 couples.
5-6 couples, that's where they are.
Yeah. And I did finally check out Celebrity Skating the other night.
What'd you think of that?
You know what? I liked it better than the dancing only because it moved a lot faster. Like someone goes out that night. There's not like tune in tomorrow night. The dance, the skating routines were a little bit shorter, and they seemed to be just ready to chuck people out. And the Christy Swanson, who I think played Buffy the Vampire Slayer in the movies, she busts open her chin the other night. So finally we saw that footage that they've been advertising all season long on Fox.
Well, it's TV. It can't get any better.
There was a fat kid in Pennsylvania who got taunted by his class and his teacher.
And now he's quarterbacking the Steelers. So there you go, everybody.
What this fat kid did was he showed up for his school in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, wearing a Broncos jersey right before the championship game.
Right.
So he said he got humiliated by the teacher. They were being given a test. He had to sit on the floor and take his test. He was degraded by the teacher.
Right. You said that. Here's what I say, though, Fez. You know how they say blame it on the parents?
Right.
You can't let your fucking kid leave the house wearing the wrong jersey. Let's suppose you live in South Central. And let's just suppose, and I don't know how it works, you live in an area known for the Bloods. You going to let your kid going out wearing a blue hat? Or is he going to get fucking capped? Now, does he have the right under the Constitution to wear the blue cap? Yes, he does. Is he going to get shot for it? Yeah. So don't put the fucking blue cap on. Same here. Everybody in that town, they've got Steelers fever. You don't want to go wearing a Broncos shirt. It's just going to turn him around.
So he was like, oh, get me out of the school. I can't go back in this teacher's class. So I think they worked everything out where he's back in class. The teacher's not going to get prosecuted or anything for this. And works out nicely for the fat kid. He received an autograph massage recliner from John Elway, formerly of the Broncos.
Now, does that guy sound like a kid toucher or what? Here, let me give you something, young man. It's a nice, long recliner. Take your shirt off, lay down, let Uncle Johnny Elway take care of you.
What an inappropriate gift. Why not just send the kid a butt plug or something?
Send him a dildo. Here, put this in your ass when you're watching the game and think of me.
You know how to use it.
Number 7.
Set this thing to 7. You'll enjoy it.
Here's, let me go to Ice Cream. Ice Cream, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Ice Cream, go ahead.
Big ass card holder 1227.
Hooah!
Long time listener, but listened since the Dumpy LaPresto era.
Oh, we miss Dumpy. How I'd love to have Dumpy LaPresto back, but he's doing well with Air America.
Nice.
What's his story on Harry? Is Harry coming back soon?
I got a postcard from Harry. It just said, "Wish you were here." No return address. No nothing.
He's a big Pink Floyd fan.
Just real
Yeah, that might have been it.
Chicken scratch.
Hey, guys, I totally fucked up my whole leg by doing something really stupid in high school.
What'd you do?
All right, I was a big pot smoker back in the day.
Don't make a bad person.
True that. My mom, she was upstairs. She had a broken leg, so I figured I go in my garage. She's not going to come downstairs and catch me smoking pot. It was cold outside, so I just hid it in my garage. So I was hitting up the doobie. I drop it next to a gasoline canister, and then the fucker starts flaming on fire. My leg goes on fire, and all of a sudden the smoke alarm starts fucking going off. And come to figure out that it was actually because there was a bad battery in it, and it wasn't because of the fire. So I am so high, I'm just friggin' flipping out. I have no idea what the hell's going on. My mom's crawling down the fucking stairs. She catches me with a burning doobie. My leg's on fucking fire. The smoke alarm's beeping, and she's screaming at me, and I just can't even talk.
What were you smoking, dust?
Nah, dude. Well, I took acid the night before, but...
Oh, okay, so it kind of brought you right back into it?
Yeah.
Fez, you have to remember this. A lot of times after you do acid, and I don't know what the chemical thing is, but for it seems like for another week or two, if you smoke a joint, it feels like you're tripping again.
Well, that's good to know. I don't want to light myself on fire.
Well, you're not going to light yourself on fire.
Hey,
This was
Fez, I hope
a freak
everything goes good with the acid.
occurrence. Either that or you got to get Elfish's mom on that plane.
Oh, she's getting on that plane.
You know what? I've been in a bad mood all day, Fezzy, and it's from the Elfish bet coming back. I guarantee you it's from the Elfish bet coming back.
It'll be over this weekend, Ronnie.
No, then he's coming here afterwards. What do you think that show's going to be like? A fucking nightmare. Hi, Fezzy. Oh, hi, Fezzy. Like he's a sitcom character, Earl. Like everyone's going to start clapping every time he says it.
I've never met him, so it'll be interesting. I heard he looks like, what did he say, Dr. Zayas?
Yeah.
Yeah, spitting image of Dr. Zayas.
On a good day. On a good day. Here's Kevin. Kevin, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Kevin, go ahead.
Yeah, how you guys doing? I got a quick question for Black Earl there. If he's afraid of the fire so bad, how does he ever get a date with a smoking hot chick?
Kevin, where are you calling from?
Oh, man, I'm a truck driver, man. I'm buzzing down 95 right now.
Where are you heading to?
I got to go over here to Atlanta.
What are you hauling?
Believe it or not, a big sheet of glass.
Big sheet of glass, Fezzy.
Atlanta, they are known for their big sheets of glass.
They need it. They're importing. He's exporting. Earl, what has got you afraid of fire? Were you burnt as a kid? Did something happen?
I remember as a kid, there was a fire, I think, next door to our house or something like that. I don't remember much of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember, looking out of the window and just seeing the flames just flying out and furniture getting thrown. I mean, just stuff.
Did it scare you, though?
It freaked me out. I was like 5 or 6 years old. And everybody's screaming. It's just pure, it's when a fire is happening, there's just pure panic going on.
Was it nighttime where everyone was out in the street in their pajamas?
To me, it's the only time I feel settled down.
Actually, it was. I remember standing on the street in my sneakers and my pajamas, and I remember my father just telling me, don't let them watch this. Don't let them look at this.
No, did it happen because one of the guys threw a trash can through the pizzeria, and then everybody else started lighting it on fire? Is that what started this? Hey, how come there's no pictures of any black people?
No, it wasn't that. I think something like a gas line blew or something. I don't remember. But again, I was really young.
And in your neighborhood, anytime that they come there, they can't get any pressure to put the fire out because you guys have been playing in the fucking water all day long. You're running back and forth through the hydrant. There's no pressure.
Came back to bite you in the ass, Earl.
Yeah, it was summertime. I remember it was August. That I do remember.
It always feels like it was August during your childhood, doesn't it, Earl? It was a hot August.
It was a hot August night.
Here is Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, fellas.
Go ahead, buddy.
I got a fire story, but before, Elfish, eerily, his relationship with his mother is eerily similar to Elvis Presley and his mother, if you think about it a little bit,
I consider it even weirder than that. As weird as Elvis was about his mother, this is more like Psycho. It's more like he puts a wig on and he's going to be like just in an old lady wig on like this. Oh, hi, Fezzy. I'm Elfish's mother.
If I lose this bet, I'll never see the two of them together at Graceland.
Yeah, he's almost your nemesis. I mean, in my mind, when I listen to you guys on the radio, it's almost like he wears some kind of arch enemy kind of costume, and he's wearing like a mask, and he's just
Fez
hopping around
can't
like the
beat
river.
this idiot, and that's the thing that's so annoying even for me.
This retard has my number.
Man. Hey, I have a fire story. When I was 21, this isn't even when I was a kid. A bunch of us went deer hunting down at the George Washington Forest. One of the guys was trying to start a fire with a 5-gallon gas can. The fire went back into the gas can, and that caught on fire. The guy threw the can up in the air, hit the ground, and fiery gas flew all over the place, including the trees. We tried to put the fire out with our knapsacks, not realizing we had live ammo in there, and the knapsacks caught on fire. So we all yelled to take cover, live ammo, and we're laying there with the fire going almost out of control. A bunch of Cub Scouts came marching up. We're 21 years old. We're laying on the ground. A bunch of Cub Scouts came up and made a circle around the fire and put it out for us. One of my proudest days.
All right, see you later, man.
He ended up in a Yosemite Sam cartoon. Just the ammo lit and going off.
Earl, maybe you should join the Cub Scouts. Try to get that together.
I'm a little too old for the Cub Scouts.
Don't act it, though.
Eagle Scout?
Hey, Pussy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, when I was 9 years old, me and my buddy were playing with matches out in the alley where the woods were, and it got bigger and bigger, and the fire trucks came, and the payoff was that the firefighters asked me and my buddy to sit in the fire truck and just check it all out, and when they called their engine number, come get them. And so that was a good payoff.
Yeah, so that way you were able to learn from your mistakes.
Exactly.
All right, there you go.
All right, later.
And went on to teach fire safety across the country.
Hey, Hagar, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, pal?
Hey, good afternoon, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
By the way, miss NEW Earl.
I miss NEW Earl, too. He hung up a lot more pictures.
You're
the assistant fire marshal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earl's going to have to spin some things away. Here's what I think happened with Earl. Somehow there became a break in the Earl-Fez connection. Like Fez and I have a connection, Earl and I have a connection, but Fez, you haven't liked Earl in the last couple of weeks. Ever since, I'll be so bold to say this, that Eastside Dave has been hanging around.
Earl, I need to build another Earl bridge. That's what has to happen.
Is that getting pushed out?
After he ambushed me today.
That's what I try to tell Fez, that when you yell at Earl, or even find fault with Earl, he becomes useless for the rest of the day. So when early on Fez told us the story about how Earl let him down, then we didn't have Earl for the rest of the show.
I gotta remember just to keep my mouth shut until I can take Earl by himself.
Eat it, hold on to it until the heart explodes. That's what you gotta do. Put it in an artery, Fez. Put it in an artery. Don't express.
For safekeeping. Just lock it in a chamber somewhere, deep in my heart.
Go ahead, Hagar.
Yeah, guys, I don't know if anything's coming up, but, I want to buy Fez you a salad and you a beer, Ronnie. I want to know if you guys are hanging out anytime soon.
You know what? I just heard from Mikey Boy yesterday. We're waiting to do some stuff with RonFez.net. They had to go through some things. So we might do something very, very soon within the next month or so. Look for it, okay? We'll announce it here.
Keep my ear to the ground.
All right, see ya.
Thanks, Hagar.
Did you get that stuff from Mikey Boy, Earl?
No, I have not yet.
Okay.
Swallow it, shove it in an artery.
Put it in an artery.
It.
Put it in an artery, Fez.
Fill it in an artery like it's cheese. Just stuff it in there like it's cholesterol.
Anger is emotional bacon grease. So, like with bacon grease, savor it. Savor it. All right, gang, that's it for us. Fast show today. Just went by. No balls stung on our show, so Fez had more fun with O&A than he did on his own show.
And Opie's going to be at F.H. Riley's, 400 New York Avenue in Huntington, New York tonight, right before the Islanders game. Check it out, a place for pests, F.H. Riley's.
We'll be right back here tomorrow at Cartoon Corners. It's the Ron and Fez show.
The Ron and Fez show. XM 202.